Whoop whoop. There it is. Whoo! Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? 10 a.m. We are here. How is everybody doing? Man, there's a whole someone said Loomer was pissed. Yeah, Loomer stays pissed. Just in case anyone doesn't realize that. Stays pissed all the time, like 100% constantly. Let's get right into the episode. Everybody has been talking about all aspects of the White House Correspondent Dinner 2026. It was cut short, as you guys know. I made a Sunday video. I was not so late. I was like 40 seconds late this time. I had to make coffee. Oh man, it's crazy. I had to. I try to stay away from coffee, but I can't. The newborn era makes it so you have to stay deep in coffee. So I have that going on right now. But every aspect has been analyzed very quickly. People aren't playing around since Charlie Kirk. You want to pop shots off right away. Everybody's just going to be like, let's go, So I have a whole bunch to cover here. We are in StreamYard. I don't usually use StreamYard, right? This is what Baron usually uses. That's why you can see somebody's what they said on the screen here. And I figured that would just kick off the episode. Definitely that dinner seems suspect and red flag for sure. Allegedly, perhaps all EKs, all about the EK drama, dramatic breakdown, and DJT's cabal. Oops, I meant ballroom. And I like the way they spelled ballroom. We're going to talk about that, definitely. We're going to talk about the actual manifesto, apparently. Don't know how the manifesto appeared like this. Maybe the guy just had it ready in his backpack, whatever. That's usually how they have it, right? Luigi, everybody, Tyler, everybody just has the manifesto, Rick. Really, really just there, sitting, waiting. So, yeah, there's a manifesto. I'm going to show you guys that. There's a whole bunch of things that I have to show you guys. We're going to just kick it off. This is what I'm going to touch on. I have to actually tell you guys. We're going to talk about the weirdness of one account that for some reason predicted this guy's name. Now, this guy that I'm talking about is Cole Thomas Allen, right? Or Cole Thomas Allen. This guy who was the alleged shooter, or would-be shooter. I don't even think he got a shot off. Or he must have, because there was someone hit, apparently. I'm not really sure. There was 5 shots let off. 1 officer hit. He's in completely stable condition, 100% fine. Nothing wrong with him. And the shooter didn't get hit, although it was alleged that he did at first and that he passed away. Not really what's happened. But this guy, for some reason, predicted this guy's name. And then when you look at this guy's account, it's crazy how many weird coincidences link up to this account, imagery, all this weird stuff. So we're going to cover that. Then we're going to talk about the ballroom, because my wife actually made me very aware of something that happened in regards to the ballroom and court filings. Apparently there's been some pushback in regards to the ballroom. So again, not saying that this was anything that wasn't completely just above board. This really happened. Okay. Totally not staged, totally not fake. Right. This really happened in reality. I have to say that. I have to say allegedly, maybe, perhaps, my opinion, totally not staged, totally not fake. God bless the president. I have to say all that every single time I say anything. So we're going to be covering a whole bunch. Let's just jump right in. Now I'm using StreamYard. This is a little different now. I don't know how Baron navigates this thing. I do like it, though. I feel like you guys like it a little more, too, right? It has all my tabs ready to go here, so it should be pretty good. We'll add it to the stage as we do, okay? So I just add it, and then it's just there. I wish it was a little more zoomed in. Is that possible? Not really. We'll go with what Baron does. Baron usually does this, Shout out to Baron, by the way. Oh, also, I should share this tab because I know I can. This is the Buy Me a Coffee tab. buymeacoffee.com/Coach Colin. We are using that. We are also going to be reading super chats, but I do like the buy me a coffee. You can write more. You can write more. And I get more of the money. I got to be honest. Instead of 30%, they take like 9%. Very weird. Don't know how they survive, but they do. So buymeacoffee.com/Coach Colin. Let's get into it. Now, let's just start here. I love this. Was
to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
To rumble, is he not?
He is.
Isn't that crazy that we found out that's not true? That he puts the pen to paper himself? Isn't that nuts? That's actually not true. Buckley was writing a lot of his speeches. Isn't that crazy? I mean, wow. So weird. It's actually not true. Buckley Carlson, Tucker Carlson's brother, it was revealed that he was writing speeches for the president. But I only play that clip because it's just so crazy that she said shots fired. Now, a lot of people are taking this, obviously she's trying to be cool. She's trying to be like the youngins. She's saying there's going to be shots fired because he's going to talk a whole bunch of mess about all sorts of people. You guys know how the president does. When he does get on stage, no pun intended, there are shots fired. He makes sure to go at people. Very, very crazy choice of words right at that moment. I'm sure she regrets it very much. Secret Service had to look into her and everything for sure. JP Spears ended up saying this. This is a wild statement by JP Sears, but he's the best. JP Sears says, with the whole magnitude of what happened, it'll be important to hear how much merch sales they did. How much merch did they sell? That's what he was saying about Erica Kirk as she was leaving. If you guys didn't see the Sunday episode, this was Erica Kirk leaving the White House dinner.
I just want to go find I just want to go find
So that was her just saying, I just want to go home. A lot of people looked at that, and of course they were making fun of it, and of course, I did that too, of course. But I mean, I'm sure she does want to go home. The whole night's not about her. She's not allowed to take stage, There's no pyrotechnics. I mean, what's going on here? No pyrotechnics, no sparklers. It's just kind of ridiculous. No leather pants, because you can't dress that way at the White House dinner. It's actually very stifling. So if I was her, I'd want to go home too. I wouldn't want to just stay with that place. No glitter. It's like, come on, what are we doing here? You gonna let Erica be Erica or nah? Pick one, man. You invite her. You invite Erica somewhere, and you have no pyrotechnics set up for when she walks in. It's a little insulting. So I get why she wanted to go home. But seriously, shots going off, even if even if her husband wasn't Charlie Kirk and what happened to Charlie, it would be startling for a lady to have to go through that. It's not like they all, listen, who knows, but it's not like they all got some kind of script and they're like, at this time, there's going to be this happen and just make sure to sit under your table. You know what I mean? She's a lady at the end of the day. I'm sure that would startle anybody. I know it would startle me. Boy, oh boy, you couldn't get me to stay under one of those tables. I'd be sprinting. They would think I was a shooter. With how fast I'd be running away. I wouldn't stay for a hot second. Are you kidding me? Let my wife just get under the table. I'll see you later, honey. I'll see you later. I'll bring the car around, okay? I'm going to go now. Just sprint off. Erica Kirk was a little bit happy, as you can see here, just a bit, just a little bit happy, as you can see right here. A little happy with what was going on, obviously, right there. Thank you so much, Stephen Barton, aka Edible Glitter. Thank you very much for this picture. She was seen under the table. She was checking out the merch sales, and they did shoot through the roof. So you can expect, if you ordered a hat, please expect your bracelet in 4 months. That's the way that works. And we're just getting through the jokes here. Somebody else showed this. Black Beth Dutton. She was like, have they decided to start blaming Candace Owens yet? Have they started blaming Candace Owens yet? And the answer is yes. Yes, they have. As you can see right here, this is not Mr. Dastardly. I don't know if we'll ever find Mr. Dastardly again. Are we zooming in here? Does this zoom in? I don't know how Baron uses this. Is it zooming in? Zoom in for me. Get close. Is it getting close? Ah, that's nice. There we go. I like that. So he said Candace Owens is going to pay for what she's done to Erica Kirk. Mark my words. God is going to humble Candace Owens and her followers. Wow. This is what he said in response to what happened at the White House Correspondents Dinner. Doesn't make any sense. Also, apparently, somebody put me onto this. Happiness Created showed me this. Apparently, it's my fault. And then when you scroll up, somebody had this to say, Cole Allen could be short form for Colin, Coach Colin. There's some weird stuff going on, stuff that I don't know. But I know I had a dream about it. Well, we don't discount dreams here. So, I hope somebody looks into me, I guess. I don't know. Cole is not short form for Colin, just so you know. It's not a short form at all. You have to add a letter that doesn't exist in my name. So please don't call me Cole. I guess you could. I don't know. Anyway, there was also another account that said, yes, they actually have this account, Insurrection Barbie, I believe her name is, which woke right podcasters are off the air and out of the country during today's shooting, just asking questions. Oh no. What do you think? How you think we all got together? Huh? And made this happen? Who am I? It's just so silly. So silly. But yes, Candace will be blamed for this. 100%. She will be blamed for this. Joe Kent actually had this to say. Joe Kent said there are 3 attempts on the president and multiple breaches of his security perimeter. And he says, how and why does this keep happening? Dismissing it as sheer incompetence can only explain so much. The purpose of any system is what it does. We need to be asking, what is the purpose of this system? I think the system he's referring to is the Secret Service, and that is a valid question. I've often said this. I've often said that when you see something happening over and over again, you can't exactly just be like, well, these guys are dumb. Like, we always love to take the position of, well, I mean, people in the government, they're just dumb. And it's like, I don't know if they're really as dumb as everybody would like to think. I don't really think they are that dumb. I think they're all pretty smart. Not like dramatically like intelligent, like, engineer smart, but they're crafty. And as you see them do this type of stuff over and over and over and over again, you have to question, like, well, what's going on here, really? Also, a lot of people missed that Erica Kirk was there. She was looking fabulous. Count it all joy. That's her joy face, just in case anybody's wondering. This is her count it all joy face. Let me just see, now I get it, because I'm looking at something right now and I can see it, but you guys can't see it. Oh, I see how Baron does this. Oh, I so understand now, because I'm over at the tab and I'm looking at the tab and I'm like, look, guys, but you guys can't see it because I didn't bring it up yet. Oh, I so understand how that happens all the time. Oh, you guys, come on. So this is her count it all joy face. This is it. This is how she very happy at the White House Correspondents Dinner, But let's get out of here. Let's do some real, man, this manifesto is long. I don't know if I'm going to read this whole manifesto, guys. Oh, good Lord. At the end of this manifesto, let me just show you guys here. At the end of this manifesto, this guy calls himself sincerely Cole Cold Force Friendly Federal Assassin Allen. What? I have not scrolled down to the bottom of this. That's what he calls himself. Okay. This is very, very odd. Very odd. Man. Okay. I guess that's what he calls himself. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that weird? The whole situation's weird. So I don't know. There is a mountain of evidence. There is a mountain of evidence, and I can't wait. I've been waiting. I was also almost going to postpone this live stream because I'm waiting to hear what Officer Tatum has to say about this whole thing, because he has the evidence. Okay. So very weird manifesto, calling himself Cold Force. Cold Force. I'm sure somebody will look into that and figure out what that means. Absolutely ridiculous. Shooter in the video connected to Usha Vance. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. So let's get into this manifesto. Let's actually get into it. I mean, what I do for you guys. Look at all this. What kind of manifesto is this guy writing? This guy wrote his manifesto like he really thought he was going to get somebody. He really. I mean, I'm just saying, real or not, I don't know. Okay, definitely not fake, definitely not gay, definitely not staged. But I mean, this guy wrote his manifesto like he thought he was gonna get everybody. He was like, "This is gonna be a mess. What I'm gonna do here." And he just sprinted in. Like, get on the ground. He's like, oh gosh. I guess. I don't know. We're going to get into that, though, too, because Jesse made a video about some of the footage being AI. And I was like, oh, Jesse, come on. What are you talking about? But then I looked into what he was talking about, and I'm like, oh, okay. So we'll get into that in a second. But this is the manifesto, if you have not seen it. Don't know how this person in particular got a hold of a manifesto. They usually give that to Crowder first for some weird reason. Crowder always gets gets his hands on the manifesto of any person first, but in this case, did not happen. This person got it first. Name's Mario. Hello, everybody. So I may have given a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by saying I apologize to everyone whose trust I abused. I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview and not specifying it was for Most Wanted. I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had a personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I probably certainly do need to go to the ER, but I can hardly call that a self-inflicted status. I apologize to all the people I traveled next to, all the workers who handled my luggage, and all of the non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger simply by being near. I apologize to everyone who was abused or offed before this, to those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to those who may still suffer regardless of my success or failure. I don't expect forgiveness, but I do. But if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincere apologies. I feel like near the end of this manifesto here, it's going to be like, and this is why the president needs a highly secure, highly beautiful ballroom, just so everybody knows. I feel like that's what it's building up to, you know? I don't know about that. I don't know about this manifesto. I got to be honest with you. I don't know about this whole thing. Let's see here. On to why I did this. I mean, this is like a real dissertation here, like really breaking it down. I am a citizen of the United States of America. What my representatives do reflects on me. I am no longer willing to permit this person, as you can see there, well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago. So he's basically saying I'm not willing, those words that he used. He's talking about the president, obviously. I was no longer willing a long time ago, but this is not the first opportunity I've had to do something about it. This is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. While discussing this, I'll go over my expected rules of engagement. Rules of engagement? What is it? This is the nerdiest shooter I've ever seen in my life. Administrative officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. I mean, what are you talking about? You're going into a room. You're not going to be able to, like, this guy was a teacher, just so you guys know. If you guys didn't watch the Sunday episode, he's a teacher, 31 years old, got teacher of the month. He's from California. I think this guy thought this was going to go way different than it actually did. I think he thought he'd walk into a room and people just be standing there and be like, hello, I'm highest rank. What's going on here? I'm lowest rank. Like they were going to line up for him or something. Again, this is all very real, right? Secret Service, they are targets only if necessary and to be incapacitated non-lethally if possible. This guy thought he was Jason Bourne. He thought, well, if they're Secret Service, what I'm going to do is karate chop the neck, and then they'll be out cold. And then I'll get to the president and I'll say, why I oughta, and he'll say, what are you doing here? This is crazy. I'm trying to eat my fish and what's going on right now? And he just thought he'd be able to do whatever he wanted. What are you talking? Like this makes it seem so fake. Don't even release this. Why even release this? High security. Not targets at hotel security, not targets at all, if at all possible, aka unless they shoot at me. Capitol Police, same as hotel. National Guard, same as hotel security. Hotel employees, not targets at all. Guests, not targets at all. In order to minimize casualties, I will be using buckshot rather than slugs. I would still go through most everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people chose to attend a speech by the president, and he uses different words to describe the president. Rebuttals to objections. Oh, you're a nerd, man. Such a nerd. This is crazy. Objection 1. As a Christian, you should turn the other cheek. This is nuts. Rebuttal. Turning the other cheek is for when someone, you yourself, are oppressed. I'm not the person who did stuff in a detention camp. Yeah, okay. So he's saying all the theories about the president, all the theories. Turning the other cheek when someone is oppressed is not Christian behavior. It is complicity in the oppressor's crimes. Objection 2. This is not a convenient time for you to do this. Rebuttal. I need whoever thinks this way to take a couple of minutes and realize that the world isn't about them. Do you think this is so nuts? Objection number 3. You didn't get them all. Rebuttal. Got to start somewhere. Objection 4. As a half black, half white person, you shouldn't be doing this. What? I don't see anyone else picking up the slack. Wow. Objection 5. Yield unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Okay, the United States of America are ruled by law, not by one or several people, in so far as representatives and judge do not allow. I mean, just gobbledygook. Now, I get it. He's being very detailed in this whole thing. But man, oh man, this is like nonsense. Thank you to my family, both personal and church, for your love over the past 31 years. Thank you to my friends. I mean, like he's accepting an Oscar. I mean, like he just won 2 Golden Globes. Like he just won Best Actor and Best Director, and it's never happened before. And Denzel is tearing up because the guy's half black, half white. And Denzel's tearing up back there and in the audience, and he's going like this, and he's saying, "You did this, you did this. This is amazing." Jeez, man, you ran in and got thrown on the ground, and they stripped your clothes off after they did it. Like, relax, just an MK patient, Thank you, my friends, my companionship over the many years. Thank you, my colleagues over many jobs for positivity and professionalism. Thank you to my students for your enthusiasm and love of learning. Thank you to the many acquaintances I've met in person, online, for short interactions or long relationships, for your perspectives and inspiration. Thank you all for everything. Sincerely, Cold Force. P.S. P.S. After all that, this guy sucks. Listen, whether somebody wrote this at FBI headquarters or this guy did it himself, whoever did this sucks. This is terrible. This is just absolute nonsense. P.S. Okay, now that all that sappy stuff is done, what the hell is the Secret Service doing? Sorry, I'm going to rant for a little bit here and drop the formal tone like I expected security cameras at every bend. Did he write? When did he write this? When did they give him his phone when they arrested him? When did he write all this about secret security? What? Bugged hotel rooms, armed agents every 10 feet, metal detectors out the wazoo. What I got, who knows? Maybe they're pranking me, is nothing. No damn security, not in transport. I mean, just doing a podcast now. Now he's a podcaster. You know, this is a Substack. Not in the hotel, not in the event. Like, like one thing that I immediately noticed walking into the hotel is the sense of arrogance. I walk in with multiple weapons, and not a single person there considers the possibility that I could be a threat. Hey, man, maybe they used you. You ever think of that? Huh? Maybe they used you to do this. Maybe you're a part of the plan. You don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Maybe you got hypnotized one time at a party for fun. You thought it was for fun. You're in California. Maybe they dipped you in baby oil. You don't even realize it. And now you're doing Mortal Kombat Ultra stuff and you have no idea that that's what's going on. The security at the event is all outside, focused on protesters and current arrivals, because apparently no one thought about what happens if someone checks in the day before. Like, this is the level of level of incompetence is insane, and I sincerely hope it's corrected by the time this country actually gets competent leadership again. I mean, how much did you have to say? Okay, he has a little bit left, you know. I want to get through this for you guys. Like, if I was an Iranian agent instead of an American citizen, I could have brought a damn Ma Deuce in here and no one would have noticed this stuff. Actually insane. And if anyone is curious how doing something like this feels, it's awful. I want to throw up. I want to cry for all the things I wanted to do and never will. For all the people whose trust this betrays. I experience rage thinking about everything this administration has done. Can't really recommend it. Stay in school, kids. Source, New York Post. I mean, do you believe that? Do you guys believe that? Yeah, he was writing it as he was walking through the halls. He's like, this is very arrogant. I mean, can I drop the formal tone here, guys? I mean, I'm walking in and I just sense arrogance. I see Benny Johnson over there making out with some dude, and I think that's pretty cool because I'm from California. And then I look over here and I see Pete Hegseth just slamming down shots with Kash Patel. I mean, the level of arrogance here. Erica Kirk's putting on glitter. Like, what's going on, man? He wrote that in your room? It's giving Discord messages. Yeah, I don't know about this. I wanted to read it for you guys because, you know, it's out there. So I wanted to make sure you guys could see it. But man, oh man, does that seem weird? Like, okay, all right, that's what he wrote. You know, I'm going to say it's real. He wrote it. That's what they say, you know. Guy's a podcaster. Should have just made a podcast episode about it, you know? Anyway, it's just ridiculous. Oh, and then people were showing me this. People have been showing me this all day. All day. I've gotten at least 20 people tag me in something like this, emails about it and everything. Here, guys. Boom. There you go. There you go. I have seen it. I have seen it. This is it. Apparently, he was wearing this shirt at some point in his life. How he got a hold of this shirt, we will never know. I do not know. I do know for a fact that you do not have to be in the IDF to receive one of those shirts. I know that for a fact, Like I'm 1,000% positive. You do not have to be in it to get one of those shirts, but it's not as easy as just ordering one. That I know that much as well. So how did he get a hold of this shirt? I don't actually know. Now, for people that aren't making the connection here, you're seeing the logo on one side, and then if you look right underneath his finger, right underneath his hand, I should say, you can see very similar logo here, you know? Very, very, very similar. Like right down to the little symbol you can see this little leaf part here. Like you can see it. It's very, very clear. This is an actual photo, and you know, how did he get a hold of one of those shirts? I don't think we'll ever know how he did that. I don't know who's gonna tell us if he did. But I am telling you, it's kind of easy depending on who you know. Like I could get one of those shirts. I could get one of those shirts for sure. It'd be green. It wouldn't be blue. I've never actually seen a blue one before. I've only seen green ones. It's like army green, you know? But I could get one of those. You guys want me to get one? You want me to get one and wear it? I can. I 100% can get one of those shirts. I can get you one of those shirts. You want one? You want it in the merch store? I think it's going to be a resounding no. Screen printing is a thing. Exactly. You know, screen printing is a thing for sure. Somebody could easily just print it out if they have a love for that kind of thing. They're just like, you know, hey, like, come on, like here, I really want to do it. I can't see somebody actually doing that, but it is true. Someone's just like, yeah, it's AI, et cetera. Okay. You can say that if you want. Like people get these shirts all the time. It's not out of the ordinary for someone to have one of these shirts. And it doesn't exactly mean that you're a spy. Just putting it out there. It doesn't exactly mean that. And just because you don't like it or you do, doesn't mean that it's AI immediately. But you know, it is something that's circulating quite a bit, but there are a lot of things circulating. So anyway, let's jump into the next thing. Somebody says, I'll be that guy. All right, I'll be that guy. Patrick L. Riley. Now, this is actually a good point. This is what I was talking about just earlier. In the room before the panic, we clearly hear 5 shots. Yeah, when Trump is sitting there with Oz Perlman, his wife, and Caroline Levitt, when they're all sitting there and he's doing a magic trick or a mentalist trick, you do hear 5 shots. The video that the president posted shows him run through agents, drew his firearm. Cole Allen made a makeshift shotgun, really? Not an automatic rifle. The shots were the agents. The agents shot center mass. Something stopped the shooter. He is shown on the ground, chest and back exposed, center mass, so nothing was hit. Where did the agents shoot him? What stopped him? Where is the blood? Why is his, what is that word? Supratrochlear vein not indicating that he's in pain or any distress. The video that the video of the president, Melania, and the magician shows the woman reacting as if there's a shooter before the president or others react, as if it was practiced. Is this an odd event? I'll say. So this is what he's talking about here. And this is the video that Jesse showed. Jesse got another view of it somehow. Not sure how he got another view of it, but he did. Let me make sure. Oh, I'm not even showing it to you guys. I so understand how Baron does this. Oh my gosh. I so understand what Baron. No. I'm not hating on Baron anymore for that. Nah, this program, guys. It's not Baron. Just to be clear, it is not Baron. That is the issue. It's this program and the way they make you do it. Oh my gosh. The whole time I'm reading it, I think you guys see it. Oh my goodness. It has nothing to do with Baron. No more Baron jokes about Baron messing up anything when he's recording. Okay. It's not pulling a Baron. He's pulling a StreamYard. This is StreamYard doing this. Anyway. Anyway, this is what the guy's talking about. He's talking about why is there no, because the guy looks pretty relaxed. He looks like he's sitting there pretty relaxed. It doesn't look like he's hit. If he was hit, they would be treating him, I would think. They would have to, even if they didn't like the guy. And then in the other video that you see moving here, where he runs through apparently, and then they all draw. We'll be talking about that in a second. Please don't miss that. Why is he shirtless? I don't know, man. Maybe he's just a party guy. He was like, party started, shirts off, I'm running through. Or maybe somebody actually did grab him and they, gave him the old jerseying where they put his shirt over his head, threw him to the ground, ripped off his shirt so they could get a hold of his hands once he's on the ground, and then cuffed him. I don't actually know. And I don't think we're ever going to see any video that's going to show us. I think that's going to be gone. The same way Tyler Robinson's footage of him walking into the station alongside someone, same way that's gone, this is gone. And also, I think they could have taken off his shirt just to make sure he didn't have any explosives. I think that could be a thing. Is he naked? No, he's not. I actually don't know. I can't actually say, because this is the only photo we have of him when he's being detained. So I assume he has his pants off. He has his pants off, but I mean, his pants on. Sorry, his pants on. But I don't actually know. We can't actually tell for sure. So now that this is actually a perfect little segue here. Did I just remove one of the things? I did. Come on, bring it back. If you ever close a tab unexpectedly, you can always press Control-Shift-T and it will bring that tab back, just so you know. And you can press it as many times as you want, and it'll bring back all the tabs that you had open, just so you know. Just saved myself there. So a lot of people are looking at this video, and it's seeming a little fugazi to them. I'm going to share this screen here. We're going to get into what Jesse was talking about in a second. So they're looking at this video.
Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Downstairs, left. Downstairs. Where? Where's it coming from? Over here. Where's it coming from? What's your crossfire? Look out!
Bro, somebody go.
We got one down.
What the? Oh my God.
Stay down, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, stay down. Where's that at?
Someone said, was that Officer Tatum? Stay down, everybody. Stay down. Y'all got to stay down. No one climbed that mountain of evidence. Y'all got to stay down. Stay cool. I've seen this before. My uncle one time, great uncle, he tried to do something like this before, and they came and they drawed on him right out the stove, dragged him out the stove, naked as the day God made him. No, that's not Officer Tatum. It's this gentleman who's right here. That is not Officer Tatum.
Inside, you're not inside. Nobody comes in here.
So a lot of people having issues with that video, just because I think the main thing is because these guys who are filming, they don't get down, right? And this is Fox News's TikTok, right? So they don't get down this whole time. So everybody else gets down, or for the most part. I mean, if you look over here, you see a lot of camera operators, they're not there. So I assume they're down or they're just not there. But I mean, for him to just catch this guy so smoothly like this, but also I do have to say, when it comes to these camera guys, the reason why they're the worst and the best is because they kind of don't listen to orders. Someone will be like, hey, get that camera out of my face. And they'll just be like, They won't say words. They'll just back up, but they won't get the camera out of your face. So it is weird, though. It is weird that he caught that whole thing so precisely. Very, very precisely that he caught that whole thing. So I get why people are questioning that. Now we have another one here. Now this is the image that I showed you guys on Sunday. Okay, the video image that I showed you on Sunday. It's a little blurred. I'm gonna just turn off. I'm gonna turn off the sound here. But this is where the guy runs up, and am I showing it to you? Okay, I am showing it to you. So this is where the guy runs up and he runs through, and then they draw. And they're like, who was that guy? What's going on? Also, for you to write that, for you to write everything that I showed you that this guy wrote, and then your tactic when you go in here is that you just sprint in. You just sprint. Instead of walking up, you're saying how there's not enough, you're saying there's not enough security. You're saying, what's going on? This level of arrogance. What about your level of arrogance if you just sprint into the place thinking that it's going to be all good? And, my point is, why write all that? The Naruto run. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He's like, just had his hands back. He's just like, ha, 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 ha. I mean, so ridiculous. Let me hear this. There you go. So yeah, it's very odd. The whole thing's very odd. So we're going to get into what Jesse had to say about this. Because Jesse, shotguns are long. Yeah, that's true too. It's very true. So let's jump over here. Whoa, what did someone say? Why does Baron have TikTok gifts and Coach doesn't? Oh man, well, I'm sure Baron knows how to use this program way better than I do. I don't even know what TikTok gifts are. Don't worry about it. If I need them, I'll get them. I don't even know what they are. What are they? Someone said Jesse got it wrong. Did he? Did he get it wrong? Let me see here. Let's jump into Jesse's video here. So someone's saying Jesse got it wrong. So right here, this is where Jesse's saying that it's AI because he's seeing in the corner. If you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see that's the one thing. Can you see my mouse anymore? Is that even a thing you guys can see? I don't think you guys can. You guys can't see my mouse now. Oh, well, that's a little sacrifice. But if you look directly under where it says, but it's true, right? You'll see a little thing in the video, a little watermark that says CapCut AI. Now, here's the thing. You can see it. Oh, can you see it now? Can you see it right now? It's jumping around. It's on Jesse's nose. You see it? It's on Jesse's nose. You see it? See it right there? But if you look directly under, it says CapCut AI. Okay. All right. CapCut AI. Now let's hear a little bit of what Jesse's talking about here. This is a much clearer video as well.
Right here, CapCut AI. CapCut AI. We've got AI to make a ruling on what this is, whether it's legit, whether it's not legit, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But first, I want to just show you guys what is on this thing and then compare it to what we know about this story. But this is incredibly suspicious. Okay, so check this out. All right. So here we are right here. Okay. Now, keep in mind, this is the White House Correspondents Dinner. Okay. So here's him right here. Right. And he is ready to go. And he's running. What was that? Okay. You guys looking at that? He looks like he's holding a sign, right? He's holding a sign. He's holding a sign there. And all of a sudden it gets swallowed by his face. One more time. I just want to make sure you guys see that. Okay. He's holding a sign, right? You can zoom in on that and make it a little bit easier for everyone to see, right? He's holding a sign. Okay. And now he's running with the sign. Here he comes, guys. He's holding a sign and his face swallows it. Where did his sign go? It's not on the ground. It's nowhere. His face swallowed the sign. And my face is going to swallow a sign if you don't subscribe to my channel right now and like this video and forward this to all of your friends who are going to laugh at how careless this was And there's more. There's more. Okay.
I love the way he throws in his little subscribe. That's actually really funny. So when I saw this, I was like, I don't know about this whole thing when it says CapCut AI and everything. But if you actually look into what CapCut AI does, now I don't know about these little programs because people usually use these things for TikTok and Instagram, and I don't really do much of that. So I don't know about this program at all. I didn't even know there was a CapCut AI. I knew there was a CapCut. That's basically it. But if you actually look into what that program does, you can actually make an entire scene out of words. So you could just write something and get a video out of it. You can also edit things. There's one image that we've seen of Tyler Robinson over and over again in the stairwell. And somebody used a program similar to that to make his face less distorted. Now, what AI will do is it'll take a little bit of liberties. It won't just, undistort the face, but it'll take a little bit of liberties, maybe make the face look a little different, maybe make the glasses a little different. It does that type of thing. So with what he's saying, it is possible that the whole thing is just made. It is a capability within that program. Now, what that program also does, and what most people actually use it for, is for editing clips. And the AI portion of the editing clips is that if I use it for my podcast, it knows exactly where I change subjects because it's transcribing the whole thing and it's just cutting it up the way it needs to cut it up. If you give it instructions to, make me 15 1-minute clips, it'll just do that with the best things it can find. So it's a little hard. Do you think this is supposed to be a distraction from the Charlie Kirk case? No, I don't. I think there's a whole other purpose to this that we're going to get into as we keep on going. But I did think Jesse was, I'm like, I don't know about this. But then I looked into that program and I'm like, oh, he could be onto something. They could have just made it, not just even just enhanced it. Because here's the thing also about the clip that he's showing us. It's way, way, way clearer than the clip that I was showing you guys. This clip here is distorted. This is the original clip. It's very distorted. It could also be somebody did this so it looked a little clearer, but I don't 100% know. But I do know with what he's pointed out here with AI CapCut that it's very possible for someone to just create this entire scene. Check it out. You can download it right now. So interesting. I'll say that much. So good job, Jesse. Let me move on here. That is not, oh yeah, I was looking through to see anybody else. Nah. Oh, I guess we'll talk about that when I get to it. Little word from Ian Carroll, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are not on X, little word from Ian Carroll. And I'll bring you a little update on him. But as we keep going here, that'll come up in a little while, probably like a few minutes. But we're moving on from that, and now we're moving into the weirdness of the entire event. So now we were just at the outside of the event and the weirdness there, the weird manifesto, the weird sprinting in. It almost seems like, for me, when I watch this, or when I watched what we just watched together, it seems to me like that guy just did something really dumb and now they have an excuse to do something else. We're going to get into what that something else is safe. We're going to get into what that other thing is. Somebody said, I hope Ian is safe. He is safe. He's 100% safe. And I'll give you that update just in a few moments, but I just want to keep going with what we're supposed to talk about here. So this is how it was inside. So apparently they actually took JD Vance out first before the president. A lot of people found that weird because there is a theory going on that in order for JD to be president and bypass a lot of the primary because he's not polling well in terms of people's approval of him, liking of him, that is it the 14th Amendment? Like the president will be taken out. Not like Butler taken out, like not that type of taken out, but he will be removed. And then JD would step into his place. And the reason that they're protecting him first before the president is because that is the plan that's in place. That's what a lot of people are saying, but it is weird that they got him first. Yeah, I don't need that music. Thank you very much. So, yeah, so the president's still there at that moment. They just grabbed JD and moved him so quickly. Why didn't they move that fast for the president? Like, the president's still there and not covered. Then he falls, or they put him on the ground. I don't know. I can't tell. I think he just fell. He just tripped. You know, 4 guys are pushing you. You fall over. See, look, this. They're like, JD, let's go. President's still there. Still there. How many seconds is that? Not guarded. Not covered. Face not covered. Head not covered. Ear not covered. Now he's covered. That took a while. So a lot of people found that weird, right? They found that weird that they removed him so slowly. This is what they also found weird. Let's go here. This is the same thing. Okay, this is the same thing from Hustle. Hustle B said the same thing. Shout out to Hustle B. Then we have Valhalla VFT pointing out some things that were happening on the inside that I didn't actually get to catch. So we're going to show a little bit of him talking about this stuff. Here, check this out.
All right, here's brave Stephen Miller as he hides behind his wife. A little bit of an awkward grab there as he's doing it. And I see a lot of MAGAs trying to say, this isn't fair. He's trying to guide her to safety. And then I understand they have no idea how to protect someone in a situation like this when there's an active gunman or an active threat. But the way this actually works, and hopefully this helps some people, we always have to remember that you, as the man in this situation, your job is to place yourself between your wife or your children and the threat. So let me break this down for you so you understand. No, he was not trying to protect her. You have the stage to Stephen Miller's left, which puts the lobby to Stephen Miller's right. So what he should have been doing, and what any man should do in this situation, is to place himself. He should have been into her front and to her right as he guided her through. That way, if rounds started lacing through that building, Stephen Miller would take those rounds first, not his pregnant wife. And so in this case, it's actually his wife who's leading him to safety. And if you think that's a good job, you don't know how to protect your wife either. But you might want to go get some training on that. Now, there's also some other really
Valhalla gets under some people's skin for sure. But I mean, that is true. You know, I don't know anything that he knows about protecting somebody, but I know for sure if my wife and kids were there, it would be kid under my wife under me, and we're moving like that. And I'm over them in case any shots come from anywhere. They hit me in the back. She keeps on moving, you know, and hopefully I can keep moving with her. So that just makes sense. You know, Stephen Miller wasn't doing that because, again, Stephen Miller's not a Green Beret or anything like that. And a lot of these guys are cowards. They're working in the administration. Doesn't mean they're like squared away, equipped men. They're people who get to masquerade as, and I know I say this term a lot, they get to masquerade as pseudo royalty. They get to act as though they are kings and queens and your money is what they live off of. And they just go around the world on your dime constantly. And there's nothing you could do whatsoever. You can't question them. You can't tell them, hey, don't spend my money like that. You cannot do anything to them whatsoever. So obviously he's going to be doing that with his wife, but it wasn't just him. Now, this is what the narrative was with RFK. This is the narrative that people were trying to push. They're like, look at him, seen not ducking. He wasn't ducking at all. RFK. He knows what this is about. He's not ducking from the danger whatsoever. But then Valhalla VFT caught something actually different. See, that's the whole image. See, this is what they showed you to make him seem like, you know, this valiant hero. This is the part that they left out, is that this man, big man, bald, but shout out to a bald black man. Another one. There you go. Keep it going. You know, just shining, just letting his head shine. That's what you got to do, man. You got to just let your head shine. He's clearly covering RFK, and his wife is like, "Oh, do I just die? Is that how this works? You know, he's a Kennedy. He lives. I die." Anyway, Valhalla actually found this little clip. Somebody actually said it in the comments there. RFK just left his wife behind. Yes, indeed, he did. Yes. I'm not showing it to you. I get how Barron does that. Oh my gosh, I understand it. I so understand it. Oh my gosh. I so get it. I so get it. Hey, Baron, we can't see it. Yeah. I'm in my 40s now. That's it. Expect more technology mishaps now that I'm in my 40s. Oh my gosh. That is so crazy. Okay, let me just do that again. So this is the image. That is so hilarious. I can't believe that. So this is the image. This is the image that they showed you. And they were showing you that RFK is like this valiant, like you guys didn't even get to see the bald black guy shining. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. So they showed him like he was this valiant hero. And then when you look at this image that Valhalla is showing us, you see that his wife is actually not being covered. This big black man is covering RFK, and RFK is going to be led to safety. So someone said in the comments, like I said, that RFK just left his wife behind. And yes, indeed, he did, you know. And, you got to understand, I love to give people grace. I love to say, love to be charitable. But if you are with your wife, you could look at the agent that's covering you and say, hey, bro, my wife, get my wife now, get my wife. Get my wife immediately, right now. You can do that. Let it shine, coach. Oh, I let it shine. Don't. I have a bloodline of shiny bald heads, you know. My mom was reminding me of it just yesterday. She's like, you were never going to have hair. My mom went in on me yesterday for no reason. We went and visited her. She's like, he just thought he was going to have hair. He's never going to have hair. She's like, my father didn't have hair. My grandfather didn't have hair. There was no way he was going to have hair. I'm like, hey, man, you okay? We came to visit you. I brought you a baby. There's a newborn here. Just cutting into me, man. Just cutting into me like crazy. He was never going to have hair. Oh, my grandfather's head was shiny, just like his. I'm like, what's going on here? Anyway, yeah, she got me. She cut into me. If you guys think I'm funny, my mom's way funnier. Anyway, let's play this Valhalla clip here.
As we see here, there's Cheryl Hines looking absolutely terrified. Secret Service grabs RFK. He's not concerned at all about his wife. And then, oh my God, let's take a look at this. All right, let's watch RFK make sure his wife gets out safely with him. There goes RFK. Stephen Miller. Oh, hey, who's this back here? That's your wife, bro. Just not concerned at all as she's in high heels by herself. And keep in mind that where the lobby would be to Cheryl Hines' left. So she's just an open target right now without her husband or any Secret Service trying to help her as he just completely abandons her. See ya. Doesn't turn around. Nobody's out. Then you have Dana White and Pete Hegseth, and I'll actually give Pete some credit here. He's the only one in the entire administration to actually wait there and put himself between his wife and the threat. Wow, one guy. All right, so at least good job to Pete there. Now let's take a look at this picture that's going viral that's really making MAGA angry at anybody.
Now, that was the whole RFK thing. Yeah. And Dana White, apparently, if you guys don't know, Dana White is a little bit of a gangster. You know, he was caught up in some real stuff before he was like a UFC guy. He's like a legit, like had beef with, I think was it with the Irish mob, some mob, I think in Boston. He had like real beef and he got like real messed up at one point. So he's not afraid of stuff like this. So he was just standing up. He was like, oh, I just wanted to see. And he's like, it was all so awesome. I just wanted to see what was going on. And I was like, what? Did you know this was going to be fake? What do you mean? But I mean, yeah, he's actually a real dude, you know, from what I've heard, at least. Let's go to another. This is just a theory. Someone said I was out of pocket for this, but now there's a theory. I didn't start the theory. Now there's a theory swirling about these two. Now, it's not what you think, obviously, but there is a theory swirling.
Actually tinfoiling that he's actually the love child from the future who has come back in time to stop Donald Trump. The love child between Erica Kirk and this Fox News anchor. Wild times. And I mean, side by side, It is kind of close, but who knows, right? At this point in 2026, anything's possible.
That's amazing. That's so good. 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 Let that theory swirl. I love Lawrence. Yeah, that's his name. Lawrence. Lawrence. There's an Oreo. What did this person say? There's an Oreo cookie swirling. Oh my gosh. Come on, guys. But yeah, that's a little theory that's popping off. That he's a time traveler, trying to set things right. The president's uncle time traveled to get that family in power, the now president in power, right? That's where the whole book comes from, with Baron, the time traveler. So now he's coming to undo what the president's uncle did all those years ago when he built a time machine from Nikola Tesla's technology. Oh my gosh, I should do an episode just on that. So the last thing that looked really off, and I can't argue it, it looked really off, is that while all this was happening, you have Stephen Miller there, and then you just see the president just standing there watching, which is really weird because you're the president and you should already be in a car. They should already have you in a car driving away. You would think, right? Because you think, I thought this, am I showing it to you guys? Okay, I am. Whoo. Okay. I thought this guy for sure was just making, trying to have maximum damage. Just go in there and whoever can get it, You're all part of this weird pseudo royalty nonsense. You're all a part of the swamp. And I thought he was just going after whoever. But apparently it was after the president. And that's what they have to assume every time. So yes, it is the president. Someone's like, that's not the president. Yes, it is the president. 100% that's the president. It is not somebody else standing there. That person is not bald. They have hair. And it is him. You can easily see that this is the president. I don't even know how much closer I can get for you guys. But this is the president right here. That's not a bald person. You're seeing a distorted image of the president standing there watching everything happen and not being taken away. It is not a bald person because there was no bald person on. Go watch what you can of the Correspondents' Dinner. There's no person here who's bald wearing a tuxedo like he was. There's no bald person in the vicinity whatsoever. None. That is his height and his build. None. Absolutely none. Go and check. I already have. So I know for sure this is the president and he's watching. 100%. So that was the last thing that people thought was very, very off with this whole thing. Someone said he forgot his shoes. Maybe. Anyway, let's keep going here. Yeah, he's watching the circus, someone said. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Even Graham Allen isn't buying this whole thing. Okay. Even Graham Allen. Look at Graham Allen. Graham Allen's like, how does a shooter get this close to an event like this with the POTUS inside? Something is not right. There you go. Graham Allen doesn't even jump to Candace Owens. Graham Allen just says this is not adding up. That's how you know something really stinks when Graham Allen is like, I don't know about all this, guys. That's when you know. I mean, I'm just saying, Graham Allen tells you, nah, this can't be. You got to really take stock of what's going on here. What? No, I don't want to leave this channel. Oh my gosh. What are you talking about? Here, let me just close some tabs here. I got to clean up a little bit, guys. I have like 50 tabs open. We got like another 20 to go through. But sometimes it wants me to close some tabs. Don't worry. I gotcha. All right. So let's keep going here. So now we get into what could have actually been happening before we get into the weirdness, because there's so much weirdness. So much weirdness. But before we get into that, we're going to get into what actually happened. Why is this actually happening? Somebody just asked, is this a distraction from the Charlie Kirk case? No, I think it's something way different. And this just happened, right? Anyway, just watch this portion right here, and you're going to understand exactly why all this is taking place. This is just my theory, of course, but I think, I don't want to say I think I solved it, I'm no Columbo over here. I'm just saying, I think something's going on here. Check this out. Hold on. What did I just see? Oh, I can't stand Graham Allen. I thought this person said I stand with Graham Allen. I was like, oh God. I'm like, oh, who's in here? Get this person out of here. I was like, oh gosh, somebody saying they stand with Graham Allen. I'm like, gross. But that's not what you said. You said I can't stand him either. You know, it's very, very interesting stuff. So let's keep going here. Let me just pull this up. Beth Dutton, the Black Beth Dutton, had this to say. Now, let me just scroll on this a little bit for you guys. We're going to go here. If I were a Democrat, I take this time to remind MAGA that venues don't shoot people. The White House released this statement about build the White House ballroom. This has been a big focus, and you're about to see a lot of people speaking in unison in a very odd way about the ballroom. What happened last night is exactly the reason our great military, Secret Service, law enforcement, and for different reasons, every president for the last 150 years has been demanding that a large, safe, secure ballroom be built on the grounds of the White House. This event would have never happened with the militarily top secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. It cannot be built fast enough. While beautiful, it has every highest level security feature there is. Plus, there are no rooms sitting on top for unsecured people to pour in. He's talking about the hotel because, you have the ballroom, then you have the hotel above, and is inside the gates of the most secure building in the world, the White House. The ridiculous ballroom lawsuit brought by a woman walking her dog who has absolutely no standing to bring such a suit must be stopped immediately. Nothing should be allowed to interfere with its construction, which is on budget and subsequently ahead of schedule. It's not on budget, actually. It's actually gone over budget, which is one of my points when I'm talking. Was I even showing this to you guys? Oh, goodness. I was. Oh, thank the Lord. 6,000 in the chat. I know Black Poppy. I know Black Poppy. Nunca. Ay. Thank you very much. Let's keep. It's been a while since I've done that. I gotta clear out the lungs. A lot of people thought that this was very odd, very suspect. JP Sears was one of them. I always want to call him Spears. JP Sears was one of them. He said, this could be organic, but it's kind of weird. Now, what he's talking about is this. I would imagine Candace is going to show this today. I would imagine she's going to. I hope you guys can see this. So now we have Andrew Colvett at the very top, right? This is why the president needs to build the White House ballroom. Libs of TikTok. This is why this is why we need Trump's ballroom. Jack Posobiec. Thank God Trump is building a ballroom at the White House. This is all within like a couple hours. And wokeness. Now you know why the left is suing to block Trump's privately funded ballroom. Okay, I would love to get into who's funding this. I know one person that's funding the ballroom is this Israeli businessman, actually. Very weird. But he's one of the main funders of the ballroom. Very odd. But we're going to get into the oddness of the ballroom altogether. Then we have Meghan McCain. I don't want to hear one more effing criticism about Trump's new ballroom at the White House. Tara Bull. All of these accounts are all these. You can't say that they're paid because I can't say it. I think it, but I can't say it. But they're all the people who activate when the administration needs activation. Now you know why they don't want Trump to build a ballroom at the White House. Another person, I don't want to hear another word from the Democrats about the White House ballroom or the DHS funding now. And then we go back up. I'll go all the way back to the top. We have this gentleman right at the top here. He blocked me. I have no idea why. I don't know what I did to him. Blocked me months ago for some reason. The Democrat judges who stopped the construction of the White House ballroom did so to enable a offing of Trump, which almost happened tonight. John Roberts needs to get these thugs in order. Everyone sees what they're trying to do. Okay, so this is squarely on them tonight, or that night, I should say. Tom Fitton, tonight is one more reason the new White House Trump ballroom. One more reason they need it. Another one, if there was a ballroom at the White House where they could host secure events, if only there was. Another person says that White House ballroom is looking better and better. Sean Faras, is it Farash? This guy actually took over the Dan Bongino show. The way Ian Carroll filled in for Candace, this guy filled in for Dan Bongino, and I'm just like, ugh. I follow him still, but he's turning into Dan Bongino. Would be nice if the White House had its own ballroom, huh? Nick Adams, build the White House ballroom. Randy Fine. Randy Fine, an America First patriot. Okay? And I'll hear nothing to the contrary. Okay? Only has allegiance to America. That is who Randy Fine is. We'd be better never again to hear a peep from anyone complaining about a White House ballroom. And Braylon Hollyhand, the man who wants to replace Charlie Kirk. When Democrats don't get their way, they get dangerous. Build the White House ballroom ASAP. So all of them just activated at once. A lot of people are pointing this out. Like I said, JP Sears is pointing it out. Daily Fredo, she also pointed it out. Completely organic. Stop hating. I agree 100%. Completely organic when you see this type of thing, you know? Let me just see here. This is Ashley Sinclair. This is a very close image of Ashley Sinclair. Somebody said I need to follow her on TikTok because she's releasing all sorts of tea about Benny Johnson and various people who are in the conservative movement, because she was a staple of the ex-conservative movement, then had a baby with Elon Musk randomly, I guess, or planned, I don't know. And then Elon's like, I don't want to pay her the money that she wants. And then she's like, I just have to live off $20,000, and this is not fair. I can't live off $20,000 a month. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things going on with this lady. But now she's furiously against the conservatives, and she's trying to expose them at every turn because she's been a part of these paid campaigns before.
So last week, I told you guys that all of MAGA is paid and they coordinate their messaging in lockstep via group chats. And what do you know? All of these people came to the conclusion that after they saw what happened at the White House Correspondents Dinner, their first thought was all independently, Trump needs his ballroom. The statistical likelihood of this happening in a vacuum, if we are to stipulate that these people are not coordinated, the statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion, not probable, okay? I think it's also important to note that one of the main group chats in which they coordinate this messaging is literally called Fight, 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 after the attempt on Trump's life in Butler, okay? And this has the official Trump War Room, members of the administration, including James Blair, and all your favorite MAGA influencers. And I would log on and show you more of these messages, but I can't log on to Twitter because they're suing me for $75,000.
Wow. They're suing her for $75,000. That's weird. Okay. But yeah, somebody said Elon's concubine. Yeah, something like that, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. I had no clue that they even knew each other, let alone that they were in a position, no pun intended, to have a baby together. I had no clue that that was even a thing that could happen. So that is what's happening, I guess. And then Ian Carroll makes an appearance on X, and he says they didn't go to all this trouble to build a ballroom. They went through all this trouble to build whatever they're putting underneath the ballroom. We are about to let that place build Lord knows what under the White House. The president making Clinton look like an amateur. So That is Ian Carroll's take on the whole thing right there. And that brings me to what I think is going on here when it comes to this this ballroom. I think there is something underneath. The reason I think this, I've talked about this before. Okay, White House ballroom over budget. Just want to see this really quick, but I've talked about this before, right? The White House, see, I love how they said it was like completely under budget, but it's not. So I'll share this tab really quick. So and I'll make sure you can actually see the tab that I'm sharing. You know, it's not even close enough. That's crazy. I would have to get way closer. Let me just bang. Okay, that's pretty good. So right here you can see the White House ballroom project initially estimated $200 million in July 2025. It has now seen costs escalate to $400 million. This earlier increases to $250 million by September 2025 and $300 million by October 2025, despite claims by the president that the project is under budget and ahead of schedule. Multiple reports indicate significant cost growth, contradicting his assertions of fiscal discipline. Now, it's funding controversies. The project is funded entirely by private donations from corporations and individuals, including tech giants like Meta, Apple, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, as well as defense contractors such as Lockheed Martin and Palantir. Now, here's the thing. Why would they care to do this? Why would any of those people care to do this for the president? Well, I can tell you one reason for sure. I know some of those companies that were named are now on someone's like, something seems off. This program is off. It's a different program than I'm used to. This program is tripping me out. You got to click things. It's just, usually I'm so used to my other program. This is nuts. This is like driving on the other side of the road right now for me. I feel like I'm in the UK. But some of those companies are actually a part of a board. The board is called the Panel of Technology and Science. The Panel of Technology and Science dictates what happens in regards to AI in America. Now, this is very, very worrisome because there was an executive order passed where the president said that state-to-state decisions in regards to AI are not a thing anymore, and federally everything will be decided. So this panel that is made up of those same companies that I just mentioned are the ones who have recommendations towards what the president in America should be doing in regards to AI. This is going to set up a lot of data centers. This is basically pushing aside all the red tape for all these tech companies. It's a very bad thing. I've been talking about this for a while. I really want to do a series on this whole thing and talk about the people. There's 13 people, 13 on this panel. And it is Meta, Google, not Apple. I shouldn't say Apple, NVIDIA, all these big AI companies. Now, I do say, again, why would these people who were just mentioned really care about helping him get a ballroom? Well, it could have helped them get onto this panel. That could be one thing. But also it could be towards what Ian Carroll just said, and that there's something going on underneath. And that's why they care to actually help. I don't know. But the costs are going up. And now here's the thing that makes me kind of go, okay, what's going on here? Do you know what the Denver airport is? I've talked about this at length. Okay. Denver airport. Put on your tinfoil onesie, put on your tinfoil socks, whatever you got. You got tinfoil gloves that go up to the elbow because you're a classy lady. All good. Put on whatever you got. But you know about the Denver airport, right? Now, there's a lot of weird speculation about the Denver airport. Getting close. We're talking about the Denver airport. We can't let everybody hear about this. But when it comes to the Denver airport had a similar thing going on where they projected that it would take $2 billion for them to execute the plan of building the airport. And then somehow the budget got up to, I think, $4.5 billion. I think so. Massively over budget. Then some construction workers came forward and they said that what they were doing when they were building was building something underneath. One construction person said they were building a structure big enough that had roads that could have 2 tractor trailers going one way and 2 tractor trailers going the other way. That's what they were saying. They were saying they built something massive underneath the Denver airport. And that's always been the speculation when it comes to the Denver airport. So now when I see the ballroom, oh yeah, the Denver airport's very creepy. I mean, they have this horse. It's like the pale horse. It has red eyes. The person that built the horse that's outside the Denver airport died because it fell on him as he finished it. I mean, it's nuts. They have a time capsule that's made by the Masons. It's so nutty. It's so nutty. But there's a lot of speculation around the Denver airport. There's other military bases that have dug into or built into mountains that are also underground. And people have speculation that it's connected to all of that. But now when I see the ballroom, and it was supposed to be $200 million, and now it's in the range of $400 million, and it's being donated to privately. So who knows what this number is actually going up to. And then you have this Israeli businessman, you have Meta, you have this company, that company, all these different people investing into this ballroom. It makes you wonder, what is this thing? Is there something underneath it? Now, I say all that to say, why did this whole thing happen? It's because there was actually a lawsuit that has been, this is my wife brought this to my attention. There has been a lawsuit that's been brought to this. So the court rules that Trump must seek approval from Congress on billionaire ballroom. This is a real thing that's happened. So he couldn't get approval. He couldn't just do what he wanted to do in regards to this ballroom, because apparently there's some kind of law that if you need to build a certain amount, my tinfoil hat just exploded. Yes, I know. You're supposed to wear 2, supposed to wear 2, put on gloves, put on tinfoil Speedo. The Speedo never comes off. It's just locked in. But apparently, if you are going to have something built in the White House, it has to be at a certain number. You can't just spend as much as you want to do things to the White House. I don't know why, but that's what's in place. So he has exceeded that cost of what he's allowed to do. And the only way he would be able to do it is if they could actually say there is a security concern happening. And that's why we need this ballroom. They couldn't say it before because it didn't make any sense, because there was none. But now there is one. Now there is a concern. Now there is tons of influencers online, conservative influencers, who are all saying, hey, we need this ballroom built. Now there's a reason for him to push forward and say, hey, you need to build this. Because something almost happened to all of us. You saw what happened. Coach Cole Allen stormed in. Naruto ran in. He sped by everybody. He was so fast. Those black jeans that he has in him. That's come on. We can't have that happen again. What if it's a full black person and they're sprinting at full speed? We won't be able to stop them. So that is my theory. Just putting it out there. That is my theory going on right now. That's what I think just happened. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of things I don't talk about. I'm like, I'm just gonna recap Candace. That's what everybody needs. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of moving pieces happening right now that I never touch on all that much. But a lot of people think this is like some kind of bunker. Now, what could it be for? Now, here's the thing. A lot of people speculate. This is where it gets a little really weird. A lot of people speculate that what this thing could be for. There's two. Let's go to the real fun one first. A lot of people speculate that it could be for like rituals, rituals and all sorts of weird things like that, underground, little space for Charlie Kirk since he's still alive, that whole thing. Jesse, shout out to Jesse. I'm sure Jesse will love that. A lot of people have been saying that. Okay. That it's like for rituals and this weird, creepy things like that. There's other people who are actually saying that the reason that this is being built underneath the White House and the fact that the ballroom is going to be a fortified, like a fortress. I mean, bulletproof everything, real heavy, real, just a major facility, this ballroom. And it's going to be huge. It's huge. If you haven't actually looked at like what it looks like, you should actually check it out. It's going to be huge. It's going to be really locked down. It's going to be really bulletproof, all the good stuff. A lot of people are saying that this is being made as a bunker because Steve Bannon has talked about this quite a bit. He has said for sure, this is what Steve Bannon has said, for sure that there will be a third term for this president. He's like, we are putting it in the works. Everything is in motion to make it happen. There is going to be a third term. This is what he has said. This is what many people have speculated. And the president himself has even been asked about it. And he hasn't said no, but he hasn't said yes. It's kind of like one of these things. He's like, yeah, I see a lot of people have been talking about this. Yes, the last president. There has been predictions that the president now will be the last president. Now, is that the last duly elected president? Like things like that. All the terminology is up in the air, but there has been speculation and prediction that he will be the last president. So people are thinking if he goes for a third term, nobody will have it. People will be up in arms and he will need to be in a place that is completely fortified and just nobody can get to. And then that's the speculation of why this is happening. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. There's a bunch of stuff. But that is what's being said. So I like that Ian Carroll actually mentioned that. He's like, what's being built underneath? Yeah, you're right. Now, I should also say, because I said I would give you a little update on Ian. If you're not on X, then you probably haven't seen it. But Ian did make sure to let everybody know what's going on with him. He said, in light of what's happened to David Wilcox in recent tragic passing, I just want to check in and say I'm safe and I'm okay. Taking a break from the internet for personal reasons I'll talk about more soon. My mental health is fine. He's not thinking of doing anything bad to himself. Loves his family. I haven't received any threats. Have no reason to be concerned for my safety. Just wanted to check in. Am I showing it to you guys? Oh my God, I'm not showing it to you guys. Come on. All right. So I just wanted anyways, I haven't received any threats. Have no reason to be concerned for my safety. Just wanted to check in as a lot of homies have reached out. Concerned. I'll be back soon. God bless all the patriots that are speaking up for truth in these effed up times. Love you all. See you soon. So, and I actually, as soon as I saw this, I did message him and he told me the exact same thing. He's like, I'm good. I'm fine. Just stepping back, personal reasons. That's it. So he's good. He's good. For everybody that's wondering, he's okay. And, and he's going to be back and he's going to be just fine. So there you have it. That is the Ian update for anybody that didn't know what was going on with him. He's completely fine. And he'll be back soon. And he's just, it's life. You have, Ian is going hard, right? We try to, Baron shows up for 5 shows. I try to show up for 5 shows. I try to make evening videos. Ian will do YouTube and Kick and Twitch and like all these things. And life still comes at you. Life doesn't stop. So it's like you're trying to juggle that and what goes on in your life. And it's just hard to juggle both sometimes. So sometimes you got to step back from one. And I think it'll be just fine. I think when he comes back, it's going to be nuts. I think it's going to be nuts. When he decides like, oh, I'm making a video. It would be nuts if he decided to come back and he released a trailer like Candace did when she made The Bride of Charlie. I think people go nuts. And his first video back would get like 4 million views. But, Ian doesn't care about stuff like that. He's not going to do anything like that. So, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, he's all good, guys. He's all good. Feeling really, really good. And he's a great guy, and he knows how much everybody misses him. He is seeing it, he is hearing about it, and believe you me, he appreciates you guys way more, way more than you actually know. And yeah, so he'll be okay. Yeah, he's like Wolverine. I've said it 100 times. He's like Wolverine. He's just gonna pop back up. That'll be it. And then all of a sudden he's just gonna be going at people. But he's good. He's good right now. So just wanted to give you guys that update because I know so many of you have been asking me about Ian and what's going on with him, where he is. And I thought he was good. I actually thought he was fine. I thought he was on Kick, just doing his thing on Kick, but that actually wasn't the case. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know. So thank you guys for telling me about anything like that. I always want to hear about that type of thing. So let's keep going here, guys. We got more weirdness. Don't forget the like button. Yes, please. Don't forget that like button. Anyway, let's keep going here. We have this guy, okay? Henry Martinez. Okay. This is very, very weird. Now, Henry Martinez made this post. As you can see, this post just says Cole Allen. It is December 21st, 2023. It now has 50 million views. It now has 50 million views. And all the person said 3 years ago was Cole Allen. Very, very odd. A lot of people were freaked out by this. Everybody was tripping out. But there's more to it. It's not just the fact that this person said this on X. Yes, and this is for people who are not on X. If you're on X, you've probably heard a bunch about this, but we're going to go through most of what people are talking about. So it's not just that post that people are tripping out about. A lot of people are saying how long until they nuke this account. You know, it is an inactive account. It's not like this guy is like doing much, you know? So he's followed. Wow, he's followed by a Colin. Wow, that's a trip. And he just said Cole Allen. That's it. I mean, it's been going up and up and up. I mean, it wasn't even at 1 million when I looked at it like just last night, I think. So that's crazy. And it is questionable. How long do you think it's going to be before they nuke this account? And I have to make sure that you guys are actually seeing it. You are. Okay, good. So a lot of people are talking about this person being a time traveler of sorts. How did this person know? They're a Nostradamus of sorts. Okay, somebody said forget time. Now this guy's gonna break it down what it could be. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save that one. Okay, because I want to have fun first. But he's gonna break some stuff down. So now there's more to it. So as you can see here in this tab that I'm sharing, you can see the person's background, right? Their backdrop, that colorful stuff there. Now, a lot of people started looking into what this colorful stuff actually was, right? Somebody said, well, let's just say this fits too good in regards to what happened last night. So now a lot of people are showing this image. Now, this is a very odd thing. It seems like they're layering one image over the other, and they're showing that this guy's background is actually a dead ringer for Trump, doing the whole hand up thing, fight picture. Now, I don't know if I can see it or if people are making me see it, because now I can see the fist. Now I can see the head, but you're making me see that. You're putting this image. If you asked me and I wasn't looking at this image and you just gave me the straight image, I wouldn't see that. But once you see it, it's very hard to unsee it. So, again, why does this guy have these things? It's not just that either. Some people are saying you can't unsee it. You cannot unsee it as you keep seeing it. Again, people are just going over it over and over again, just taking a look at it. It's very weird. Someone said Blues Clues, but they didn't say the word blues. They used a different word. You keep going here. Suppressed News said the only tweet made by this account, 2023, is the name of the alleged person who did what they did at the White House. What is this? A lot of people are questioning it. Now this person has thousands of followers, and they're probably getting investigated, quite honestly. Then somebody else said they call it time machine. Welp, focus. right? So this is actually called Time Machine. That's the big thing. And it was made in 2022, which is also really weird, right? So now we have something that's called Time Machine. It's from 2022. And now people are saying that they can see. This is almost like when people say they can see Jesus like in a slice of toast. This is what it's like, you know? Now, look, so now people are also saying this. Oh, you can see this in it. It's like, I just think you can make people see things. I think that's a thing. I couldn't tell you what it's called scientifically or psychologically, but I feel like it's a thing where you can make people see things in things, right? But, you know, I don't want to be a party pooper or anything. It's just very weird the way people are all clicking into this guy's account. So there's also that, right? There's a frog. He's holding a glass. He has a bow tie on. He is in a tuxedo, right? They're just going through everything right now. So now they're showing you, hey, look, you can see Trump. You know, it's all very odd. It's all very, very odd. But let's move on. Okay, easy on the music. Let's move on from this one. Let's move into this one. Again, hundreds, thousands of people are all showing this image over and over again. Again, this is making me see it. I don't know if this is real. You're forcing me to see it this way. You know? Someone says, who the F are you? Because this thing's called time travel. You know, I told you already about the dates. Let's keep going. Now, Diligent Dennison actually reports on it. He says it's called, he says it's called pareidolia. Pareidolia, the phenomenon of perceiving familiar patterns, most commonly faces in random or ambiguous. Say the word. Say it. Ambiguous. There we go. Why am I like? Gee, I can hear it in my head. I couldn't say it with my mouth. Stimuli, images such as clouds. I'm not even showing you the image. Wow. I so get how Baron does this. Baron does so much better than you guys think. This is so hard to get a hold of, you know. Images such as clouds, rock formations, household objects is an evolutionary trait for a need to quickly identify threats or social cues. The brain subconsciously imposes meaning on randomness. Please use your critical thinking faculties, folks. That's Diligent Dennison, straight shooter. Now, when people talk about the coincidences between these two, this is the thing. It's like, yes, what Diligent just said is correct, but this right here, this is where things get weird. The guy's profile picture has been, since 2023, a frog with a glass, wearing a bow tie, doing the same kind of expression as the president, who's also wearing a bow tie, who also has this glass that he has his hand on. It's all very, very odd. And then he has the time machine thing, and it just gets weirder and weirder as you look at it. How did this person know? Now, my first thought process is always, well, it's just predictive programming. Like, that's all. Like they do this constantly. They constantly will allow us to see things. They constantly allow us to see things that, you know, people are saying that's a reach. You know, it's absolutely subconscious. Yeah, it's a weird thing. They can make you see things, you know, but it's also, predictive programming is a real thing. It's not a fake thing. It happens all the time. People do it constantly through movies and through TV and through ads and all these different things, even and now through social media. They constantly do that. But I don't know, with that whole thing, the whole frog thing. That's the part that actually trips me out the most, more than anything, is how did he get that? I can see there's a thing that you can do. Like I can take all the other reaches and call it all reaches and just dumbness or weirdness. But this is just throwing me off. And there's even a picture in this, okay, in this little shot of the president where he's looking directly at the camera that's pointed at him as they're all going like if there's like another millisecond to this shot, he actually looks directly into the camera and has a little smirk on his face, the same way that the frog does. I was like, okay, this is just too much. But I mean, who knows? Who actually knows? So Let's keep going here. How long? I can't even see how long it's been anymore. Okay, we're ready. Oh, geez, we're moving along. Got to move along here. So there's another eyewitness that I want you guys to see. Of course, any eyewitnesses that I find, someone please talk about this. If this is right, it changes the whole storyline. This is from Randomly Tiffany. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. From another account, Jennifer Lawrence. Let's hear what this woman has to say.
Okay, so you're taking tickets at the terrace level?
Yeah, and everyone was pretty much in, and a lot of people had already gone. We were doing dinner breaks in shifts.
Yeah.
And I was just out there, and there was still security there, and I was even talking to a security guard that had a dog there.
Yeah.
And there's a room, well, it was like a makeshift room. I think they had it closed off to wheel in the bar carts after the reception. All these numerous bar carts going into this area, I think, to go in the elevator to go downstairs.
Okay.
So it looked like a makeshift room. I mean, he was literally from me to that building, and there was a security guy there too. I mean, I don't think anyone knew what he was doing.
Describe him. What did he look like?
I'm not even sure what he looked like.
And what made you think he's the shooter? How do you know he's the guy?
I saw him put the gun together and start shooting.
Oh my God.
Yes. I mean, he put it together and started and ran towards the stairs to go down to the ballroom.
Who did he shoot? In what direction did he shoot? What did he shoot?
I don't know what he shot. It just seemed like he was shooting all over the place.
How far away
were
you when you started shooting from him?
From that building to here.
Did he shoot in your direction?
No, he shot like over towards that way. Like the magas to go in were behind me, and I guess he was shooting towards them. They were starting to tear them down even.
Tear down what?
The magas, the metal detectors that you have to.
Okay, really weird. Let me just hear that first part again.
And a lot of people had already gone. We were doing dinner breaks in shifts.
Yeah.
And I was just out there, and there was still security there, and I was even talking to a security guard that had a dog there.
Yeah.
And there's a room, well, it was like a makeshift room. I think they had it closed off to wheel in the bar carts after the reception. All these numerous bar carts going into this area, I think, to go in the elevator to go downstairs.
Okay.
So it looked like a makeshift room. I mean, he was literally from me to that building, and there was a security guy there too. I mean, I don't think anyone knew what he was doing.
Describe him. What did he look like?
I'm not even sure what he looked like.
And what made you think he's the shooter? How do you know he's the guy?
I saw him put the gun together and start shooting.
Oh my God.
Yes. I mean, he put it together and started and ran.
He put it together and just like, the guy listening to her doesn't even sound like he believes her. He's like, oh my God. He's just like, get this lady out of here, guys. He put it together and he just started. And then he just started Naruto running. He's like, I don't know. So she says she was an eyewitness. She says she was close, but not many people are believing her. I got to be honest with you. I don't know. It's very, very odd. Her story. She could be smash drunk. She could listen. When people go to these events, they get smashed. I saw a lady. There was video footage of a lady as she's being escorted out because they're evacuating. She grabs 2 bottles of wine. She's like, "We're getting drunk somewhere." She's like, "This is supposed to be free getting drunk." Takes 2 bottles of wine in her hands and walks out. She's probably a politician. Like, what? It happens all the time. Someone says paid actress. I don't know. Couldn't actually tell you if she was a paid actress. I wouldn't actually know that. Seems like it. But I mean, because for her to say she said she heard him shooting, it's hard because if he started shooting, then how did he do that sprint? How did she see him put it together and then start shooting? And then from there, they're just like NPCs. They just keep letting him walk in to where we see him do the sprint. It just doesn't add up. It's weird. And here's the thing that all kind of meshes things together, because you have to think about it like this. if what Jesse's saying is true, and this thing is AI, this imagery that we're seeing, then what she's saying could be the real story. And everybody is not believing her because they've already seen what Benny Johnson has put out there, what the president has put out there, and what so many other conservative influencers have put out there. Right? So it's weird. Very weird. Someone said he had a handgun. No, he had both, apparently. Apparently he had a shotty and he had a hand firearm. So apparently he had both. Apparently he was Naruto running with both. Just like this. Just ready to go. Literally thought he was a full-scale anime character. Thought he was a ninja. Thought he was going to jump 10 feet in the air and just start spinning around and just firing off. Thought he was going to do a whole bunch of stuff. And a knife. This guy thought he was Jason Bourne. You know? But again, all that ended up happening was that he ran. Apparently, it depends what story you want to believe. You want to believe her? You want to believe him? Either way, the guy got apprehended. There's footage of him being apprehended. So all he did was run in there. A couple of shots were let off. He's put on the ground. We don't know where he is now. And now all of a sudden, everybody's pushing for this ballroom. And who's investing into this ballroom is actually very suspect. I think this had more to do with the ballroom being built and whatever they're doing, like Ian Carroll said, whatever they're doing underneath it than anything. And they just want to push for that. That's what I think this is. I think there's a big push for that ballroom. And I think that's where all this came from, you know? And then the last thing this little thing from Baron here. Baron said this, because I have a lot to say about this guy that was hosting it, this Oz guy, you know? I mean, type into any search engine, where is Oz Perlman from? Type it in. Type it in. Let me see what you get. You'll all get the same answer. Anyway, Baron said, let's plainly state the obvious from last night before we even think about some of the harder issues. Oz Perlman isn't just out here just correctly guessing Caroline Leavitt's baby's name will be Vivian or Fisty in the past Joe Rogan's ATM pin code. Yeah. You know, I did an episode covering this Oz. I was showing it to you guys. I did an episode. Yes, he's from Qatar. Someone said Qatar. Exactly. He's from Qatar. Let's get the actual answer there. There you go. Philadelphia. I did an episode on Oz Perlman when he was guessing Joe Rogan's pin code. And I said that was Joe Rogan's little temperature check. That was Joe Rogan. I viewed that as somebody saying, hey, you're massively rich. You're massively famous. You're very, very protected. But listen, if we want your pin code, we'll have it. And we'll have access to all your money if we so choose. Just letting you know, this is how this is going to go. Like, I think it was a little bit of like hey, we heard what you said last time with Theo Vaughn. We hear what you're saying with Dave Smith. You're probably going to stop that. And since Oz has been on there, he has stopped that. He was going pretty hard. He was going like Theo hard before. And then Oz came on, and all of a sudden he was like, are you sure Palantir's doing that? That's what he said with Theo. Are you sure Palantir's doing something like that? So I think Baron is onto something there when it comes to Oz. I don't think he's just out here just guessing these things all willy-nilly. Also Oz, because I did a deep dive as much as you could into that guy. And apparently his dad is a spiritual advisor. Kind of like what Charlie had. Charlie had a spiritual advisor guy who he would talk to about, passing away young and stuff. That's what his dad did and does. There's one interview with his dad. It doesn't have any views. And he just talks about being a spiritual advisor. Very weird. Very weird. So that's that. That is that. Let's someone sent me timestamps from Baron's episode, and I didn't get to look them over because we were so tired from the baby, man. The baby. I mean, I love having kids, but good golly, do they keep you up when they first come into this world? I mean, I've never seen anything like it before. It wasn't like this the first time around, We were younger. We were in better shape then. Let me see. Baron's timestamps. The mentalist joke. Baron doing Graham Allen's voice. Oh, I got to see that. Another Baron impression. Baron goes off on Erica? Oh, okay. Interesting. Let me see the Graham Allen voice. Let me check that out quick. Shout out to Baron. What's going on, Baron? Let's see the Graham Allen voice. I've never seen Baron do a Graham Allen voice before. I'm very interested in that. Let's see. At what point is he doing it? 1 hour, 24 minutes? Let's see here. This is the one that just came out. Let's check this out, guys.
Big eventful weekend, guys. If you
And are you guys actually seeing it? No, you're not. Okay, there you go. Right, let's go to an hour 24. Hour 24. Just to see the impression really quick. You know, you're doing impressions, Baron. Let's do it.
If you jump on X right now and you search Pray for Erica, I just have this one pulled up. I don't know who Cogna Present is. It's on this tweet only has 13 views. I just grabbed the first one. Gunther Engelman, heartbreaking. Pray for Erica. Master Simp Graham Allen. You can hear Erica say, I just want to go home. Pray for her. Pray for her children. How much horror should one woman have to be exposed to? Absolutely horrific. That's how Graham talks. Nick Sortor. This is awful. Erica was seen running through backstage at the White House Correspondents Dinner in tears, saying, "I just want to go home." I saw the face. I didn't see the tears, but I'm willing to allow it. I'm willing to allow it. The amount this poor woman has endured these past 7 months is horrible.
Wow.
I'm sure this just brought all those emotions right back. Pray for her. Allie Beth Sucky. I cannot even imagine. Pray for Erica. Andrew Colvette too. Huh? Andrew? Why are we praying for Andrew? He's fine. He was loving it. You should have seen the video. He was taking selfies in the ballroom. My very first White House Correspondents Dinner event dinner, ladies and gentlemen. And went off with a little bit of a hitch. Had a shooting. There's a guy dead back there. And he's pointing to the stage where the president was over here. He was loving it. What are you talking about? Pray for Andrew. I'm praying Andrew doesn't get too prideful. Allie Beth Stuckey back for more. I'm so sick of people saying, oh, I got to do it like Allie Beth Stuckey. Hold on. I'm so sick of people saying,
wow,
well, maybe Erica should stay home. Bro, that is none of your business. How do you know where her kids are? How do you know they're not with her? How do you know she's not home 95% of the time? Also, it doesn't affect you. Just pray for her.
Wow.
Well, Allie Beth Stuckey. I don't know where her kids are.
Baron's just going in on these guys, huh? I did not find this, that they were also pushing that whole thing with, someone says sounds like Lionel. No, it doesn't. Don't do that to Lionel. I didn't know they were also pushing the whole pray for Erica. Like Erica's the victim in this whole thing. That's wild. I'm telling you, man. They're using it as an opportunity. This isn't more than a tragedy, more than an incident. This is an opportunity for them. That's what they're viewing this as. And that's what they're using it as. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, man. All right. All right. Baron. Actually, you know, I should play a little bit more of that. Hold on.
And frankly, it's none of my business where her kids are. But I do know this. She was within feet of a gunman tonight, or last night, which means her children came within feet of being orphans. No dad, no mom. By definition, ladies and gentlemen, that's an orphan.
Mm-hmm.
If her kids were there, then they were in danger. I don't know where her kids were. I'm hoping they weren't there. I'm hoping they were safe with grandma and granddaddy or something. I don't know where they were. This is my favorite one down here is Tim Pool. I know you guys can't see these. They're too small. That's why I'm reading them. Down there, bottom left. Imagine being told you're taking over a massive political organization abruptly after your husband's murdered. I don't want to imagine that. I don't think you should be told that. I don't think she was told that. I think she like begged and clawed for it. You're told you cannot crack, you cannot break, you must hold it together. Well, I mean, you can. She's probably worth $50 million or more. Why don't you just go be rich? You get death threats, insults, and no matter what they tell you, you're wrong. Well, I mean, yeah. Brandon Tatum weighed in. Reverend Jordan Wells weighed in. Allie Beth Stuckey came back for more.
This is literally like he's just naming all the Zio Rangers. This is all of them. It's just all of them activated. Ooh. I find it very eerie. Like, as much as I make fun of it, I find it very eerie when they all activate like that. Very, very eerie. Because you know something's being plotted. And I don't think it's them, like they're masterminds. I think it's somebody behind them that's planning something or trying to position some kind of narrative. And that's always worrisome. That's very worrisome. Somebody said, play the rant. I am going to. Oh, you think if there is a rant that I'm not going to play it when it comes to Barron? Oh, goodness. You don't know me that well. Here, let's get this going.
Heard that they like people I like because, they have a lot of money. But like nobody has a right to that position. It's not God ordained. And if she's in danger, let me borrow a line from her here. If Erica Kirk's in danger, stop. Go home. Go home. Raise your kids. You're rich. You're rich. You could put your money in the local bank and draw 2% interest.
Yeah.
And probably live on 7 figures a year.
Yep.
Not a lot of people can say that, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of people can say that at all.
I have a friend who did that. I have a friend who came into a lot of money and he was like, invest this and invest that. And then one of our other friends came and was just like, you could just put this, like he had so much money that he could put it into a bank account and that the interest that he would get would be in the neighborhood of like $500,000 a year. He was like, just do that. He's like, until you figure things out, whatever you want to do. He's like, just do that. And this person's not worth nearly, I mean, Erica's worth probably like 3 times more than what this person's worth. So think about that. She could probably just sit it somewhere, right? Just sit it somewhere. Unless you think America's like completely going to collapse. I don't think so, but you could do that and just have her, because it's not just 50 million. It's more. It's for sure more, and then what she has access to in terms of what Turning Point does now. I mean, it's clearly more. She could probably get 1.5 million. Nice and easy, nice and smooth. But she wants power. That's right. You are correct. Erica wants power. That's why she won't do that. Anyway, sorry to interrupt there, Barron.
Your kids can go to private schools. They can go to live in a mansion. They can drive nice cars, take nice vacations, fly around on Gulfstream 5s, which she did take, believe it or not, a Gulfstream 5 last night, I believe. Don't tell me that I have to pray for the leader of some friggin' political organization. That's not the way this country's founded. That's not who we are as a people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that she runs a political organization. I think she sucks. I think her attitude sucks. I think she's fake. I think she's a phony. I think she's a liar, a documented liar.
Wow.
And the fact that her husband died does not affect any of those things. Not whatsoever. But Baron, are you saying she murdered her husband? No, never said that in my life. I've never accused her of that. Never one time. But I think she's a bad person. I do. I'm sorry, I do. I'm allowed to have that opinion about Americans. I'm allowed to look out at anybody that runs any political organization and say, that's a bad person. I think the guy who runs the SPLC is a bad person. I think the guy who ran Heritage for a long time was a bad person. These are political organizations. I think the wackadoodle who lives over here, who runs that, whatever that is, I can't even, I ruined the bit because I don't know her name and I don't know the name of the organization she runs. She's the one that sent Charlie the creepy texts and did the like video in the car where she was going on about how he was going to die or something. What a weird woman. I think she's a bad person. I'm not going to pray for her. If I'm going to pray for her, I'm going to pray for her to go the hell away. Get out of politics. Go be with your family. Get the mental help you need. repent from all your lies and sins, raise your kids. Like, you guys don't have a right to tell me I have to support her as the head of a political organization that is going to influence who wins office in America. I don't have to. I'm not going to, and I don't have to. And you can't shame me into it. TPUSA is not some sort of biblical, God-ordained organization. It was a nonprofit founded by an 18-year-old kid and a 72-year-old man, as weird as that is. And it was founded to teach people about economic freedom. That's what it was. I was not compelled to pray for them to succeed. There was no pray for Bill Montgomery Twitter trend back in the day. Oh, they founded a new nonprofit. You have to pray for them. They have to succeed. They have a right to do this. No, they don't. They sink or swim on their own merits. If they were bad people, they wouldn't have gotten money and they wouldn't have made it. So at a certain point, once you get to a certain level, being a bad person actually helps you get more money. Then you get more influence. I think she's a bad person. I think she's a documented liar. I've covered many of them on this show.
Yep.
I don't think she killed her husband.
Maybe.
I have no idea whether she had knowledge it was going to happen, but I did not think she actually mechanically contributed to it in the moment.
Yeah, well, who knows?
But shaming me for not supporting her? Go away. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, I'm Catholic. I believe Jesus Christ founded the Catholic Church. That's what I believe. Therefore, I feel compelled to support the leadership of the church. You're not Catholic. Guess what? You're probably not going to pray that they succeed. Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not Buddhist. I don't know who the head Buddha in charge is. I know nothing about the Buddhists. Maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he's a bad guy. I don't know. Is it decentralized? I honestly know nothing about him. But let's just say they're centralized and there's like a head Buddha in charge. He's the guy. He's the big Buddha. I don't care if he succeeds. I'm not praying for him. Not praying for him to find the Lord, I guess, but I'm not praying for him to be a better Buddha, a Buddhist, or whatever they call themselves. I don't care. I don't care.
Wow.
Somebody opens a one of these rainbow groups down the road. Well, she opened the rainbow group, but her husband died. You got to pray for her to succeed. No, I don't. I don't want her to succeed. I want her to fail.
Wow.
I don't support the mission of her organization. And right now, I don't support the mission of TPUSA, not this current iteration where they're trying to drag us into World War III. Sorry, I don't support you. I hope you fail in that mission.
Wow.
I feel very bad for those kids. Terrible for those kids. Their dad died. How could you not? You're a monster if you don't. I honestly feel bad, assuming she had nothing to do with it. I feel bad for her. That does not mean I want her to be the CEO of an organization that's going to be sitting in the White House, helping direct policy, helping to promote wars overseas in the Middle East. Nope. I hope she fails miserably. Hope she flames out and is a disaster and is run out. But Baron, you have to support widows and orphans. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I have to make sure they don't starve to death. I have to make sure they don't starve to death. Think about it. In the environment that they were brought up in, that this rule was developed in, if your husband died, you died. If no one supported you, like a woman couldn't fend for herself. A man had to step in and make sure they didn't starve to death. If the husband died, the wife died, and if they had small kids, the kids would die. This woman has $50 million or more. The hell are you calling on me to do? She's supported. I need her to support me. I have 8 kids. Erica, support me. We got this backwards. Why am I supporting you?
This guy yelled, "Support me." Wow. Wow. Baron has had enough. Where are we at? Episode 104. Baron's had enough. Baron has had an absolute enough of what's going on. Wow. That is it's so good. So good. Does it keep going? It looks like it keeps going. Wow.
Nowhere in the Bible, nowhere in any religious tradition does it say, if you're a widow, you get a free pass to lie to anyone you want, to gaslight everybody you meet, for everything you've ever done in your entire life that is dog doo-doo. You just get overlooked. No one's allowed to bring it up. No one's allowed to talk about it. For the rest of your life, everyone has to fawn all over you and support you because, my God, you're a widow. It doesn't exist. I've looked at scripture. It's not in there. Erica, Graham, Gary, not in here. Andrew, Blake, doesn't say it. There's no requirement. I support her as the head of TPUSA. There's no prohibition on me criticizing her for documented falsehoods. None.
Wow.
None. And I'm tired of this gaslight play. We were inundated with it last night, this gaslight play. You've got to support Erica. You've got to pray for Erica. Why? 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 She is disgustingly wealthy.
True.
She's the top 1/10 of 1%.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need my prayers. She might need my prayers for repentance, but that's not what they're talking about. I can assure you this pray for Erica stuff is not like pray for Erica that she realizes her documented history of lying she needs to repent and make public amends for. I promise you that's not what they're saying. Of all the things they're saying, that's not on the list.
Wow.
What they're saying is you have to support her being the head of TPUSA, and if you disagree with her, you're a bad Christian. You're a bad human. No, to hell with you. That's wrong. That's a total corruption of Christianity, just like your entire political position is a total corruption of Christianity. Just like your total desire to go to total war in the Middle East is a total corruption of Christianity. Everything about you guys right now is diabolical, it's evil, it's wrong, it's backwards, and I will not support it, and I will not pray for it. I will pray for her to repent. I will pray for her children that her sin doesn't weigh them down. I will pray for her that she doesn't cause any more pain and problem than she's already caused everywhere she's gone. That's what I'll pray for.
Bro, forget Colin. People call Barron like the teacher, things like that, the professor. He's the preacher. Barron is now the preacher. This is the status that he has reached as of right now. This is wild. And he's right. When it comes to Erica, when it comes to Turning Point, this is how everybody's feeling. And this is how a lot of people have felt for a long, long time. What is it? Almost 8 months it's been since this has happened. People have been feeling like this since week 2. There's a lot of you that were ahead of the curve when it came to Erica. A lot of you that were ahead of it, talking about it way before Candace was, or I was, or Barron was. You guys people are pissed. They're pissed. And here's the reason why they're pissed. They're pissed because they believed in Charlie. They believed in Charlie. They believed in what Charlie was about. And they thought when all this was happening, when Ben Shapiro said he's going to pick up the bloody mic and, Crowder was all of a sudden coming back, and they thought it was a time to unite and a time to take what Charlie had built and take it to the end, that what he was trying to do. And it just turned into something else. And Candace questioned things, and then the mask just came off. Candace was the thing that set everything off, because as soon as she started, all of a sudden, it was like, what about midterms? And everyone got exposed, because a lot of people's reaction was, what about midterms? This guy just got shot in the neck, and we just all watched it. What about midterms? And then they had to say things like, Charlie would have wanted you to focus on midterms. And then people got pissed, because they're like, how could you say that? And it just snowballed. We just saw thing after thing after thing. And now they're at a point where it's like, Charlie loved war. And Charlie loved Lindsey Graham. Charlie always admired Lindsey Graham. What do you mean? Charlie loved war. Charlie said that he wanted to see Iran toppled. He said he wanted to see it turned into a parking lot with a big Trump tower in the center of it. That's what Charlie said. Yes, he did. I heard him. Yeah, he did. Charlie said Erica was supposed to be the CEO. Charlie was actually going to step down and let Erica run the company. You start hearing all these, you're just like, We have plans from Charlie until 2029 or until even further now. Now they're like 2030. We have all these plans from Charlie. Charlie wanted Erica to be president. Charlie thought she'd be the best president ever. You're just like, what is going on? And people are they're tired of it. They're tired of it. You know, Barron's speaking for thousands of people right now. Thousands.
I'm so sick of these people. So sick of this. I don't know if it was a false flag or not. I don't know if it was fake. I don't know if it was staged. I don't know if it was fake and gay. But I know what was fake and gay. The Operation Ballroom and the Operation Pray for Erica Kirk. No and no. No and no. I will not. To the extent I'm willing to pray for her, it is solely for her repentance. Solely for her spiritual life to be convicting to her. That's it. That's it. I do not have to pray for her to succeed as the head of TPUSA, and I will not. I will not. Nor will I pray for TPUSA to succeed when their politics right now are pushing us into World War III. I will. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. And I'm tired of pussyfooting around the issue. I'm tired of nibbling around the corners of the issue. I want to go right to the heart of it. You guys are bad people. You're liars and you're bad people.
Wow.
And to the extent you're putting yourself at risk to orphan your children, you're a terrible person. A terrible person.
Oof.
I know people who won't even fly together because they don't want to risk orphaning their children. You're already halfway home, honey. You're already halfway home. Your kids are already halfway orphaned. And you're hanging out in a ballroom with lax security where there are gunmen running at the ballroom? You put yourself in that position. Not me, not my criticism of you, nothing else. I promise you, that guy that went in that ballroom, he had never heard of Baron Coleman. I promise you. I promise you. I doubt he watches Baron or Candace or anyone else. Probably never heard of Erica Kirk, if I'm being honest. I didn't intend to get that worked up.
That's such a good way to end that. I didn't. Sorry, guys. Wow. Baron going off. Went max. Baron with the battle bun. You know? This is why we need hats with battle buns. That's what he should have put on just now. Obviously. Anyway. Someone said Ballix went off on the manifesto. I bet he did. The manifesto doesn't make any sense. The manifesto seemed very much like Tyler's text messages. It just seems so weird. Like, oh, rebuttal. Objective 1. Here's my rules of engagement. What are you talking about? And you know, when you read that manifesto, and I didn't bring this up, when you read that manifesto, you have to really think about what the objective is in releasing it and having people read it. They made sure to show that it was a direct threat to the president. I shouldn't say they, maybe he, I don't know, whoever the speechwriter is, whoever's the message writer, you know, whoever writes the text messages, whoever writes the Discord messages, whoever writes the manifestos, they made sure that you understood that was a direct threat to the president, you know, credible threat to the president. They made sure of it. They wanted you to understand that's what was going on. Anyways, me at work, I just want to go home. To Erica Kirk. Yeah, exactly. I just want to go home. You know, somebody said I should make a shirt with her crying and it says, I just want to go home. I can't do that. Someone tell Candace to do that. Candace could do that. I can't do that. There's no way I could do that. That's crazy. That's a crazy shirt to make. Absolute wild shirt to make. I couldn't make that shirt. I'd wear it. Get me one. You get me one. I'll throw that shirt on. That'd be cool. That'd be an interesting shirt. Let me see here. I just want to bring up this. I just want to bring this up really quick. This is what happened. There you go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lindsey Graham took out that assailant. Lindsey Graham made sure to do that. Good for him. Good for him. Anyway. People in my town group chat. You have a town group chat. People in my town group chat. That's your town has a group. How many people are in this group chat? Thousands of people are accusing me of spreading lies that JD was pulled away way before Trump was. They must not have seen the video. Yeah, well, I mean, he was. And it's like, yeah, way before Trump. I guess like in the whole heat of the whole thing, you know, this incident, you would say way before, even if it is 10 seconds. It's like, well, what's going on? Isn't every hand on deck in terms of security guys running around securing? Isn't every hand on deck focused directly on the president and only the president until they get him away? You know, or does he have one detail? JD has another detail. It just doesn't make sense. And he wasn't covered. You know, they pulled JD away within 3 seconds. He was not in sight of any possible person, you know, lighting it up after they Naruto run into the room. But the president, he was like uncovered, sitting. And then they moved him so quickly that he fell. It's just like, it's always a clown show with him. I'm telling you, he has whoever was divvying it up when it was the teams of who's going to get which Secret Service agent. JD got all the good ones. JD got all the tall ones. He got all the good ones. There's no 5'2" ladies on his team. Like Trump just has like the leftovers. It seems like it's crazy. Anyway, you're not spreading lies. We know you're not spreading lies. DEFCON nuclear shooter in the video with Usha Vance in the background at a medical device expo. Usha not at the dinner. Coincidence? Yeah, I find that interesting. Why wasn't she there? It's weird because you could obviously the easy answer is she had. Oh my god, my foot. The easy answer is that she had a thing, but also your husband's the vice president, so doesn't your thing get canceled if there's a dinner to go to? Don't you have to sit there and be there? That coupled with the fact that JD got taken away quickly, pretty weird, honestly. I saw that whole thing where they're talking about there's like a little connection between Usha Vance and this guy, and he also did a media appearance, just like what was his name? Thomas Matthew Crooks did a little media appearance. They always do little media appearances. Aries, I think you're one of the kindest souls, coach, regarding X. Gary, sometimes I think he's funnily dumb, and other times he makes my blood boil. Any idea what's going on with Wolves and finance? Oh, I forgot to cover Wolves' video. Oh, I'm gonna cover that tomorrow. I make sure of it. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know. Is anything weird happening with Wolves? I think Wolves is fine. In terms of Gary, me and Gary had a back and forth. I'll tell you guys about it later. We had a little back and forth. And then he's like, how many times have you been arrested? I'm like, I'm not black like that. Do you hear the way I talk? I'm not black like that. I've never been arrested before. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? My mom was a bodybuilder. You know how scared I was of my mom when I was a kid? No chance I'm coming home to get arrested so I can get an uppercut from a bodybuilder. Are you nuts? No, sir. Never in my life. We had a whole back and forth, but friend of the show, Gary. Everybody knows Gary, right? I'll tell you about it, guys. I'll tell you guys about it later. Funny enough. I rate this movie 6 out of 10. The actress Erica did good. Out of everybody, she was the best. She's like, I've been trying to drive this stuff home for months now. I'm not messing this one up. She was like, let's go. Still couldn't get any tears out. She has, I was saying on Sunday, she has clogged tear ducts, something with the tear ducts. She has to get that checked out, because the face is just great. When she does the crying face, it sells. But those tear ducts are holding her back. I'm telling you, she needs some help there. But yeah, the whole thing, 6 out of 10. I think you're right on that rating for sure. Check out Helen Mabus, full witness interview. Ridiculously and highly censored. Eric Thielman said said was shot and fell down, not tackled. CK and Butler were 2 under Biden's Secret Service. What big club / world stage. Yeah, everybody's starting to question Butler now. Everybody. There's been people who've been questioning Butler for a while. My mom was like, I can't say it, but she's like, I don't know about that. She does not like the president. She does not like him. She's like, I don't believe that for a second. I was like, well, what about the blood? She's like, ketchup. I don't know. She's like, the whole thing was dumb. I was like, Mom, ketchup. Is that what you just said about Butler? How dare you? But she was dead serious, and she's still not backing down. Now she's like, see, we always have arguments. I can't say much anymore. You know, I used to have a leg to stand on in our arguments, but that's been taken away from me. So there's nothing I can say anymore. She wins every argument now about the president. She's just like, I told you all this. Anyway, Coach, if you drink coffee, make sure you buy the beans and grind them yourself. As per, most coffee grounds have roach remains in them. Drink within 20 minutes of brewing to get maximum benefits. Coffee is healthy if done right. Oh, well, that's over for me. I've had this for like 2 hours. And I've had one sip. And it's filled with roaches. What can I do now? But yeah, I heard about that roach thing because there were scientists that got an allergy to roaches. So when they would drink coffee, the allergy would kick in. I don't know. There's some weird thing, but yeah, you're definitely right about that. I should do it right. You are correct. I definitely like it better when it's hot. And you know, I just didn't have time. And plus, if I down it while I was on stream, I got a small bladder. It's a diuretic. It would be crazy for me. It'd be too much. 25th Amendment. Thank you. I thought it was the 14th. I said that. The 25th Amendment. People are thinking the 25th Amendment will be applied to the president. JD takes over, bypasses all the primaries, steps into that role, then takes Erica Kirk. It's Kirk and Vance into 2028, and you didn't have a chance to vote. That would actually line up with that person's theory. I really got to check out who this guy is. I've listened to the video many times over the years because he's been talking about the last president for a long time. But that would line up with what he's saying because that would be an unelected president. And that would make the now president the last president, right? You know, elected properly kind of thing. Not sure if you ever heard Valhalla call Tatum Apoc Shakur. I have not heard that. No, I have not heard that before. I actually saw a picture. It was an AI picture. I wonder if I could just randomly find that. Tatum Apoc Shakur. Or I'll just put Tatum Tupac. Because somebody made a crazy picture of him. I think he even reposted it. He was like, you guys are crazy. Oh, I can't find it. It's not popping up. There was a picture of him. He was just like Tupac. He had APOC tattooed on his stomach. It was the craziest picture. I loved it. I can't find it right now. I'll find that for you guys. I'll bring that to you guys. It was a really funny picture. Shout out to Valhalla. Puppy Paws, FL, Florida. Real question. How does anyone know for sure the shooter was after the president and not someone else in the room? Kirk, RFK, Patel, any other random rando at the event? That's what I said on Sunday. I said it was kind of weird that people were just kind of saying that he was after the president. But then when you read his manifesto that he for sure wrote and nobody else did, he gets pretty detailed. He has a pretty good breakdown. Go check out that manifesto. It's pretty good breakdown. He's just like, well, these people, if these people shoot at me, I will shoot back. These people are completely off limits. These people here. Now, when it comes to the administration, I have a little bit of a setup here for my rules of engagement. Now, I don't like Pete, but I think he could beat me up hand to hand. So I'm going to stay away from Pete. I'm going to dodge Pete. If Kash Patel gets in the way, I'm not going to touch him because I've heard he's sticky, he has honey all over him. But if he does try to do anything, he will get it too. He had a whole breakdown of who he was, what he was going to do, and who he was going to do it to. So I guess that answers the question there. Again, check out the manifesto if you believe it. I went back and checked. Trump wasn't wearing a pocket square at the table. The guy at the stage who looked like Trump had one. No, it was not one of the bald security guys. It was not one of the bald security guys. That person was not bald. And that person that you're talking about, if it was one of the security guys, would have no reason to just be standing there looking at things. He would be on the floor, running around, making sure to evacuate people, because that was the stage that they were at the time. All those big security guys, they were evacuating people. All the guys with the big firearms, they were evacuating people. So there'd be no room for one of them to just be standing there. Unless he was like a coward or something, or a regular person like us. He just didn't want to do that. But that is 100% the president's. I wish I could just click back to it, but I won't be able to find it. There's too many tabs open. Way too many tabs. There's too many. There's too many tabs. Dang it. There's just too many. Too many tabs. And also, let me see here. Let me see what you're talking about here. I'll consider what you're saying, of course. Let's just do this. President at White House Correspondents Dinner. Let me see here really quick. See if I can pull up an image. I cannot see. I cannot see at any point. Let me see. All of them are just him at the press conference. I can't find any of him. All right. I'll say you're right for now. Until I can actually see an image of him. I'll say you're right for now. They're building an underground temple for the people. The people. I'll just say that. Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think it'd be an underground temple, but maybe. A third term. He's already old and crusty. Oh yeah. That's been the word. Have you guys not heard about it? I did a few videos on that. About the third term, because is it FDR? I forget who it is, but there was a president that actually served a third term, and they're using him as they're using him as an example to show that a third term could be done if there was a war happening. If there was a war happening, they could pull that off a little easier too. But there's no wars happening, right? I don't know. Yeah, this president's a president of peace, so I doubt it. The intruder looks like a guy on TikTok that tastes food and throws his glass. That is so funny. You were talking about Jordan the Stallion. How dare you? How dare you speak about Jordan the Stallion that way? That's exactly who you're talking about. He tastes food and he throws his glasses. I'm pretty sure that is Jordan. It has to be the first name that pops up. There it is. You're talking about this guy. Wow. You are kind of on point. It kind of does. You're right. He has a beard and mustache and everything, but you are, yeah, I hear you. Okay. Kind of does look like him. Jordan the Stallion's great. Absolutely great. If you haven't heard of him, he's great. He just eats food and stuff. Been following him since the beginning. Oh, what was that last part you said? Coach, also, what holds the tinfoil Speedo? Cheeks, of course. Of course the cheeks hold this tinfoil Speedo in. Cheeks and truth hold the tinfoil Speedo together. You think it would fall apart, but it doesn't. It hangs on tight, high and tight. Don't forget to hit the like button. Lisa, thank you very much, Lisa. Appreciate that. Please don't forget to hit the like button, guys. 6,000 of you in here right now. If we could get 6,000 likes, that would be greatly appreciated. Katie Lane, sorry, a little bit behind. They originally planned to start the safety issue at the Turning Point event, but didn't go as planned, so they had to abort. That's why JD was circling in the air for so long. Really? I did not hear this theory. I've never heard this theory. Interesting. And that's why there was like threats. Interesting. Okay. And and they kind of started it there as well, right? It was like a place where the VP was supposed to be, Erica was supposed to be there. She's like, listen, there's these threats. Then all of a sudden this happens, and there is threats, which now qualifies what she was saying, now qualifies the ballroom, and also inspires everybody on the right to be angry at everybody on the left, right? The tactic from the left is always that every Republican is racist and hates you if you're a person of color. And the tactic on the right is, look, every lefty is just an extremely violent person. It's always how they do this thing. It's ridiculous. Barron sounds like Sheriff Woody crashing out and forcing the law around these parts. Mina Fire Salts. That's funny. Sheriff Woody. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I think you're talking about Toy Story. The front says, I just want to go home. The back says, make heaven crowded again. How dare you? How dare you? You don't look at a lady like that as she's walking away. How dare you? EK sounded like Bubba from Forrest Gump. Wow. Xena Pledger. How dare you? How dare you? I just want to go home. Hey, I would just want to go home too. I hate outings like that. GG333. The thing about Butler Penn is that the president's stock was shorted 2 days before. The only way that would have paid off is if he did not make it. Hi. Interesting. I did not know that. It was shorted 2 days before, you said? Yeah, 2 days before. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Someone shorted it because, yeah, if he went away, then it just drops to nothing. Who did that? Who shorted it? I wonder. I don't think we'll ever find out, but that is a good theory. Very good theory. Let's keep going here. What do we got here? Yokoiki. But again, why the blurry videos again? Mortal Kombat Ultra, Naruto Sparkles fatality. No fatalities this time. He tried to do it, and then his controller got unplugged, I think. Dean C, Coach, Jamaican on Caribbean time with today's vid. Another scenario for the ballroom is that pole shift. Oh, cataclysm, kind of like paradise. I never thought of that. The pole shift. Elon. It's funny because Elon was just talking about this before Charlie passed away. So maybe 10 months ago, he was talking about that a lot. He was like, the poles shifting. He's like, it's a real thing. It happens all the time. And he was talking about the years that it happens, how long, in the durations when it happens. That is a thing. If you guys don't know, check it out. Good theory too. Yeah, and you know what? Like, as you bring up that theory, Zuckerberg has built one. He's very open about it. He built one in Hawaii. So he made sure it was just off somewhere and then deep underground in this big part that he bought in Hawaii that people have been protesting for the longest time because it's like indigenous land kind of thing. He built one. I think there's a few other billionaires that built these bunkers, and it's been like a known thing that they've been building these things for a while. And we always wonder why. Why are you doing that? Why are you building a bunker? Is it just in case someone robs your house? You can just run away. It must be for something else. Now, a lot of people think it's because, well, I mean, millions of people will eventually be like, this is enough. We've had enough. So to be in Hawaii for him would actually be real safe. Low population of people possibly come to get him. But also it could be because they're aware of some cataclysm that's coming, which is why they're investing so heavily into AI, because they know there's going to be a shortage of people to do jobs. You know, DT building ballroom for its floor plan of third temple. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are speculating. A lot of people are speculating that. Let's move over here, share this tab with you guys. The coffees. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. We got to be able to zoom that in. We got to be able to zoom this in. I don't know anything about like zooming stuff in. I have no idea. Did this do it? Did that work? It kind of worked. Can I do it again? Or am I like maxed out? One more? Okay. That's as good as it's going to get, guys. Let's go down here. PA stepchild. My dad, now deceased, condolences, losing your dad, used to run Raven Rock. I've been inside. It's literally an underground city built inside of a mountain and runs many, many miles with major connections. Where's that? Where's that? Raven Rock? Let me see here. I'm so interested in stuff like this. Raven Rock underground city? Let me see if anything pops up. Raven Rock, the mountain complex, Site R, yeah, or the underground Pentagon, highly secured, 300,000 square feet underground military installation near Blue Ridge Summit, Pennsylvania, close to Maryland border. Established in the 1950s, it functions as a critical backup command center for the U.S. Department of Defense, designed to ensure continuity of government during national emergencies or nuclear attacks. Wow. They don't have any space for you in there, huh? Isn't that weird? They have that set up just for themselves. Are you allowed to be in there too? No. Very weird. Thank you for telling me about that. Coach, thanks for what you do. Enjoy your show and your wit and your humor. Thank you so much, someone. Hey, Coach, watch you every day. Candace showed on Erica's family tree this picture of Erica's grandfather. He sure does look like a young JD. I added JD. Let me see. Interesting. He does. Yeah, like a little, like the nose is there, definitely. And again, if he was thinner, I think the lips would be there a little bit because the cheeks are a little big, but the chin is there as well. The eyebrows, not so much, right? Her grandfather definitely wasn't trimming those eyebrows, right? Maybe JD did. The eyes, kind of, but he has similar eyes to Erica in terms of shape and how it sinks in a little bit. Interesting. Very interesting. There you go. Family tree, right? The JD doesn't fall far from the tree, right? Someone, you could sell a ton of merch if you made us some shirts with Erica's crying face. It was you that suggested that, saying, I just want to go home. That would be it would be hard because you're making fun of her crying, right? That's a little hard. I like to criticize, but making fun of her crying is like one thing. But it would be a cool shirt. Like I always think of what women would want to wear. And that would be a cool shirt, I think, in a women's kind of sweater. I think that'd be a cool shirt, like a big comfy sweater. And it just says, I just want to go home. It's like one of those shirts that just says, don't talk to me till I have my coffee kind of thing. Yeah. You know what? But then I can't use her face. I can't use her face though. I'm pretty sure I can't. I run complicated production control rooms and I still find myself humbled by StreamYard on a daily basis. So don't feel bad. Thank you so much, Mark. Yeah, I know. I didn't even check. Am I showing it? Okay, I'm showing it. It's just because they make you click back and forth. I feel like they shouldn't have you. Wait, can I do this? Hold on. I might have just solved my issue. So can you see? You can still see it. Okay. So that works. Okay. So that actually works. I should have just made it screen and screen because I only have one screen. I'm not like the rest of these guys. I have like 3 screens and stuff. Okay. So that's a little better. It's a little better. But now it makes my screen kind of small. But yeah, it's very humbling. I'm telling you, it's weird. It's a very weird program, but it's good because it shows your super chats. It's pretty. I could get used to it. I just have to use it some more. Yeah, it's like riding a bike with a third wheel. I was gonna say with no seat and make a really bad joke, but thanks for the great shows. Thank you so much, Aaron. Appreciate you. Angela Moynahan. Welcome to baby number 2. Love your show. You hit all the highlights with lots of humor to keep all the darkness a bit lighter. Thank you. Thank you very much. Blue Lioness, I know you aren't keen on Streamlabs, but I love that the horrible buzzing noise isn't there anymore. Oh, well, you know what? I think it's because I'll explain in a second. I love watching you, but wow, it is annoying. You were definitely worth it, though. You were epic. Let me know if I can help with anything. You did. You sent me those timestamps, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for those Baron timestamps. They helped a lot. With my interface, my kid comes in here, and the kid is at the point where the kid can like do things and mess things up. So the kid was actually messing with the interface and pressed something that was making that buzzing noise. So I didn't realize that had happened. And then I realized this morning and I turned it off. And now you're saying the buzzing's gone. So that makes sense. I think we'll see. If I switch over to the other program, we'll see if it's still there. But thank you for notifying me. Sulin Dubrowski became a monthly supporter. Enjoy your programs. Congrats on the baby. Jesus is king. Jesus is king indeed. Thank you very much for that. Who is this? Darina? Never heard that name. Darina Christina. Oh, I liked it. Or wait, Darina Christensen. Bought a coffee. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very much. Why didn't you say anything? Liberty Belly, or Liberty Bell. My day is not complete until I get my coach and coffee. Good to that last drop. Have a blessed Sunday. Thank you so much. This again, I read all of them that happen because sometimes people will drop some coffees during the weekend or after the show, and I just want to make sure I get to all of them. Have a super day. Someone sends 5. Thank you so much. The Pink Rock, you deserve the best, sends 10. Thank you so much. Jill becomes a monthly supporter on here. Thank you very much. Zach or Zaki. I'm going to say that it's Zach. That's Zach, right? Thanks for all you do. Really enjoy the summary of all the crazy out there. I don't have social media, so it's nice to have someone who can cut through the noise of it. That's amazing that you don't have social media. Good for you. Good for you. Wow. That is tough. I don't know how I don't know how you do it, to be honest. I mean, just amazing. Thank you so much. Really, really, really appreciate that. That's crazy. You don't have social media at all? None? Good for you. Very good for you. And I'm very impressed. Heather, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Let's keep going here. What is this? Sherwin Debbie? Just love you. You make my day and help me recap in a funny way. Was that supposed to rhyme like that? Good for you if it was. Stephanie, about 5. Thank you so much. World downside up. Most certainly is. Hope your YouTube monetization gets sorted. It did. Christy, love your show. Keep on fighting the good fight. Thank you guys so much. Stephanie, thank you so much. It's repeating a little bit. Idaho fan. Idaho, what's going on? It's going to be beautiful in Idaho. It probably is beautiful right now. I mean, even in the winter, I mean, it's beautiful. I can't stand winter, but I'm sure it's beautiful there right now. I got to check it out. I'm supposed to go out there with my buddy. I'm supposed to go hunting. Supposed to learn a thing or two from my buddy. He has some military guys out there, do a lot of tactical training. Hopefully it's not Gary, and I just don't know. I'm supposed to go out there and do some stuff. A coffee for each day of the week. Congratulations on the new addition to the family. Baby Bro says, I already said a bunch in the comments. Thank you for helping us laugh in this evil, in all this evil and betrayal. Please tell Theo hello from me. That might have been Christine. saying that how she knows Theo Vaughn. That could be one of those. Thank you, Coach. You're amazing, and I always watch your shows. God bless you and your family. Tisha, bro, I don't know whose voice I love more, the Lord, George Farmer, Tucker, or Officer Tatum. Family of the show. I think the Lord wins. Oh my God. Somebody said the Lord sounded like who's that person from Game of Thrones? The bald guy got snipped, snip down below. I forget what was it. I forget who he is, but they said that's who I sound like when I'm doing a George impersonation, which I found really funny because I like that character in Game of Thrones. He was just very interesting. Bought a cup of Joe for you. I'm so glad you pronounced my name. You pronounced your last name. Thank you. I'm so glad you pronounced your last name. Oh yeah, this is for Christine. Yeah, okay. And did you see Jesse? Yeah, okay. So now we're back at we've read all of them, but just see if there are any more that popped up. And of course they did. Spiracy Prowler, insane that you started reading the super chat about Cole, like looking like Jordan the Stallion. IG just started automatically played one of his videos for you. Crazy because I'm actually watching you live for a change. What was the big word Diligent used? Oh my gosh, I couldn't tell you that word. I couldn't tell you the word when it was in front of my face and I was reading it. I definitely can't tell you from memory. Jeez. Big Goy Paloy, I don't want to nag you, but I am lighting smoke signals. Send my resume. Man, I know you keep on sending me stuff. I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it. And I'm sorry. And it does help. It does help. When you keep on reminding me, you don't have to remind me this way. I mean, this helps too, but you can just keep on messaging me on Instagram. Just keep on messaging me. Because you're not like a message request anymore. You're like you're in my general with like all my other friends. So keep on messaging me and I'll definitely get to it. Just had a lot of craziness over the weekend. A lot of in-laws, a lot of traveling, a lot of picking things up. There's a whole bunch. Coach, eyeballs you didn't report your Gary exchange unless I missed a huge chunk. I did happen to hear from a very reliable source that Gary's a Kandahar giant descendant. And I was watching Redacted's episode in case I found anything important for Gary, friend of the show's Kandahar Gary. A lot of people have been saying that he is descendant of a Kandahar giant. I don't know if you people have been hearing this, but that's what people have been saying. It's a rumor that's been spreading. And also they've been saying that he prefers to be called Kandahar Curly. I don't know if you've heard this. He prefers the nickname Kandahar Curly. So I'm going to respect his wishes. And that's what I'll be calling him from now on. Again, this is completely out of the blue, but he made sure to let us know Kandahar Curly is the name that he prefers. So we'll respect that when it comes to Gary, friend of the show, of course. And no, I didn't talk about the exchange that we had. The exchange that we had was very funny. He got very mad. I was speaking up. I'll show it. I'll show it tomorrow. But I was speaking up for Barron because he was just like talking about Barron. And I'm like, why are you saying this stuff about Barron? Like, you're calling Barron a grifter. Like, get out of here. Come on, man. This is so nonsensical that you keep trying to do this. And then he turned it to me. And it was so funny because he started everything that Barron has said or everything that every person has talked about in the sphere of Charlie Kirk research. He's like, you lied about this theory and that theory and this theory. And I'm like, I never even made videos about these theories you're talking about. It was so weird. And then he went on to my Instagram and he had to go back 10 years for these images. And he's like, is this you? He's like, you're a satanic grifter. And it was like a time back when I was like meditating and like doing Buddhist meditation and all sorts of weird things like that I've talked about on the show that led me to like some real darkness that really pushed me towards Christ. And I was just like, wow. I'm like, this guy's really pissed. He's really pissed at me. And then I called him out for lying about, accepting donations, even though he legally wasn't allowed to accept donations. And that was a story that Jason Goodman said. And then I tagged Jason Goodman and Jason Goodman's like, buddy, He saw what Gary said about him. He's like, lawyer up. He's like, you called me a liar. You're saying I'm lying. He showed the whole thing, that the whole little story that he broke on Gary. He told Gary to lawyer up. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, geez, what just happened? But yeah. So that's what happened with Gary. So anyway, friend of the show, like I said, as always, you know. It was a wild little time. So sorry about that, Gary. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen. Hope you're not getting sued now. That wasn't my intention. We're just going back and forth. And Miss Kenka, have you listened to the background of that video of Erica walking out? Someone says, "Aw, why so sad?" in the funniest voice. Really? It's probably one of the camera people. They're crazy. Like paparazzi types. They're nuts. They're just nutty, crazy people. That's actually pretty funny though. "Aw, why so sad? There's a person shooting outside. Oh, can you just turn to the left really quick? Just to the left. Thank you so much, Erica. Bye." Yeah, they do that kind of stuff. They're nutty people, paparazzi types. We need a ballroom. Yeah, it's like midterms. It's like we need midterms. The ballroom. You know, another thing about the ballroom that was kind of weird is that everybody talked about this. Jimmy Kimmel got canceled for this joke when he said the fifth stage of grieving is construction, because when the president was asked about Charlie Kirk and how he's dealing with the passing of Charlie Kirk, because they were so close, he's close to his family, the president was like, yeah, you know, holding up pretty good, you know, because this ballroom's about to be built. It was really weird that he brought that up. Now, looking back, it's like, oh, why did you bring up the ballroom when somebody asked you about Charlie? And then it goes back to that whole theory about it being used for rituals and stuff like that. I don't know. Or like Jesse says, maybe he's alive and maybe that's why he brought up the ballroom. I don't know. Love your coach. My mornings are not the same without you and my fellow viewers. Thank you so much, Amy, Marissa's voice. 501c3. Thank you so much. You have a 501c3? What do you do? Thank you so much for supporting. We appreciate it. We all appreciate it. Myself and the fellow viewers. All right. Let's make sure here that we got everybody. I think we did, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're just under 3 hours, but that is it. I just wanted to focus in on that one thing and that one thing only. And yeah, hopefully, who just said this? Luna. She's asking you to read it. I just got another coffee. I think, is this the one I already answered? Luna just messaged me, said I got another coffee. Hold on here. Where? I could have sworn they were all gone. Am I wrong? Where's the coffees? I don't even know where the coffees are now. What do they do? They close them? No, you didn't close them, did you? Why would you do that? Hold on. Let's try and find this coffee here. Apparently somebody has sent a coffee. Where is it? Is this it? I'm telling you, man, I'm 40 now. Oh, okay, there it is. Once you hit 40, technology's out the window. Let me see here. Who? I read it. I think I read them all because it says you just sent me that message now. Here, let me reload it. Make sure I'm not tripping out here. Yeah, I read them. I read them all. Am I wrong? Luna, am I wrong? Did I not read it? I'm pretty sure I read it. All of them are right here. Pretty sure I read all of them. Try to. Let me see here. Yeah, that's it. I already read the top one from Spiracy Prowler. That was the top one. So I think we're all good here. Boom. All the super chats, all the coffees. Guys, I do appreciate it. As always, thank you for putting up with my barren-like skills on this program. I do appreciate it. I'm very, very sorry. I will get it together. I think I'm going to use this tomorrow too. Only because I'm too lazy to switch it over. I think I'm going to use it as well for tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for talking with me. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, guys. I have to head out. But I will be back tomorrow. Candace should be going live. I know she said she was going overseas. She didn't really say she was taking the week off. I know she didn't say that last week. So I doubt that's what's going on. I should do a video about how everybody thinks that they fled the country. Because that was a thing. They even accused Ian of doing that, which is silly. Maybe I'll do that video this evening. But thank you guys so much. And Candace should be going live, and it should be a banger of an episode because the president made that very vile post about her. I'm sure she will address that. I'm sure she will address the White House Correspondents Dinner. And yeah. So we're going to talk about all that as soon as we get back tomorrow. Do appreciate you guys. Thank you to Luna. Thank you to the wife, although I think she was sleeping. Yeah, she was really, really tired. She was just like out of it, completely out of it. I woke up and she was just holding the baby, just laying there with her eyes open. I was like, oh gosh, she's probably been up for a minute. So hopefully she's doing all right. Thank you guys so much. We truly do appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. sharp. I've been keeping up with that promise, and we're going to keep on keeping up. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in Candace's chat. I'm out.